My father would have throws hands for me all the time. He would have thrown hands regardless, so that makes sense.
Card. Your grandmother's like, I don't know what it means to be a Yu-Gi-Oh card, but gosh darn it.
Listen, kid, I'll throw fucking hands for you. Yeah,
I don't know what it means to be in attack position, but I'm ready to go.
He's like, someone bothering you? I'll punch his fucking mouth in. All right.
Here we go.
What do you mean a trap card? I'll punch it.
Show you a trap card.
There ain't no trap.
I put my Domino's pizza trap card down.
Get that shit out of here.
That would be a real trap card. On that, what even is that? A disappointment?
I'm sorry.
A travesty? A revelation? I don't know.
I ruined it.
On that tragic twist of fate, the tragic reveal of information, the top 10 anime betrayals. Welcome back to Slice and Dice. We're gonna. Sweet. Okay. All right. Well, welcome back to Slice and Dice. Last we left off, things had gotten a little bit wacky, right? Our characters went to Dreadmoor. They heard from Duke that they needed to go into Sangreal, right? The super spooky, mysterious country from whose born no traveler returns, right? How to get in. They snuck in a shipment of sheep, wolves in sheep's clothing, if you will, snuck through the Dread Gate, and on the other side, realized that instead of maybe the anticipated monsters at every turn, they've sort of found themselves in a rather quaint sort of town. However, not to say that things were particularly normal, as moments after being introduced to this town and to a rather, seemingly at least, oafish person named Jason Too Tall McGee, they were ushered into his home where he had a magical painting that had been swallowing people from the town that he needed help with. And of our party, 3 went in, 1 did not. And that is where we find ourselves now, with 3 party members standing in a frozen painting world of ice and mountains with a tall tower facing down on their little replica of Jason's home, with a little stain on the wall where the painting should be but isn't, hearing a very strange greeting as they appear in this world. From off in the distance, someone screams, "Welcome to the Himalayas." On the other side of the painting, we had Iap, who had just discovered that Jason was potentially not everything that he seemed to be. And interested in Jason's affinity for science, they began to have a conversation, and that is where we left off. So, the first place that we'll pick back up, I guess, is going to be that conversation that was going down. Emma,
yeah.
with your conversation, you first asked what spells Jason knew. Is that correct?
Yep.
Sweet. So Jason grabs a piece of paper. He's going to jot them down, and I will just read off for you the spells that he writes down on this piece of paper.
Okay.
So he's first writing down like cantrips, and he's just going to sort of write them down in order.
Yep.
Right? You got Prestidigitation,
Uh-huh.
Arcane Muscles,
Okay.
Calculate,
Okay.
Friends, right?
Yep.
Then first level slots, it's got Chef's Plate, Fog Cloud,
Mm-hmm.
Illusory Script, Detect Magic, Magic Missile, False Life.
He has magic missile? Okay.
Does have Magic Missile. He's written that down.
Interesting.
In his second level slots, he
This
has
level.
Alter Self, Arcanist's Magic Aura, and Shattering Barrage. writes those down on a sort of piece of paper with a little ink quill pen, slides that across to you, sort of crosses his arms as he stares you back down, and says, "That's what I've got."
Would I be able to tell his adventuring class from the spell list?
Give me.
Or look for either a magic book on him, a tome if he's a wizard.
Okay.
He's all about science though, so that's odd.
What would you like to do? Are you trying to do like an insight check on his spells, or an investigation on his person/house?
I think I would do Arcana. Well, this isn't forbidden knowledge technically. He's just a dude.
Right.
I think I would just do a straight investigation check.
Looking
on his person to see if he has a spell book, an arcane, if he has an arcane component. You know, that will tell me a couple things.
Sure.
I'm trying to look where his source of magic stems from.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, give me a roll. Give me some dice on the table.
Click clacks.
Put some click clacks where your mouth is.
Invest 8. Since, oh my god, I forgot the math isn't done for me. Yeah. 14. 14. Okay. With a 14, I think that you are looking at someone who has done a lot to create a false appearance, right? Yes.
Sort of a false front. So you don't offhandedly see any, you don't see there's not like a spell book hanging at his side. He doesn't have like a very obvious arcane focus. I will say with a 14 still, I think you would probably not suspect that this was someone who had made some sort of deal for their powers, nor someone who sort of, he doesn't seem to have warlock vibes, nor does he seem to be distinctly pious in any way. So I think you would be able to rule out a cleric of any kind. I think those two are sort of ruled out with a 14. The rest of it, it's like it could kind of go either way between some of the other casts. And I would say as well, I mean, you wouldn't suspect, I don't think, this of being like a paladin or a herald. It just doesn't seem to, I mean, like just by looking at the guy, he does not have.
Yeah, I'm thinking bard, wizard, sorcerer is what I'm narrowing it down to.
Absolutely. I think, with a 14, those three stand out. I think the two that would probably stand out more would be wizard and sorcerer, but bard would definitely still be a contender in there as well. That's what you get off of 14.
Okay. Since I also, he doesn't know identify, right?
No, it was not on his list of spells, no.
Okay, cool. Iap will just briefly look over the spells. His eyes will go up to him and he'll say, again, science.
Yes. He's gonna look at you and he's just gonna be like, are you hungry? Does Atlas, do you eat? Does Atlas eat in any way?
And you see that, he briefly considers fucking with him and saying human flesh, but shakes his head and goes, no, but he likes to pretend.
Great. I'm going to whip up some food. So, if you want to keep looking at that spell list, feel free. Atlas, I'll give you something you can pretend. And Atlas is like, thank you. So thoughtful of you. Anything that I can assist you with, he says as he sort of crosses over to you and looks at the spell list, sort of like tapping a knife finger on the table.
He goes, no, it's just really fascinating. And while he's doing that, he's going to slide his schematic book out, just like he's briefly looking at it, but he's going to specifically open it to a page of a large metal armored construct and just leave it there to see if when Jason comes back, there's any recognition of any sort.
Very interesting. I love that choice. Okay, so Jason is chefing it up in the kitchen. You see he pulls out, like he's got like a crate. There's like some salted meats that he pulls out, tosses those on like a skillet. He's got like some carrots that he's chopped up in there with it, a couple of other vegetables. He's sort of like cooking it all together. I think you could tell even without casting Arcana that there's some magic going on here, right? But he's chefing it up. And he pulls out like a couple.
Is this where the Domino's sponsor comes in?
Absolutely not. No, you do know. I mean, you're looking at his spell list, right? He's got chef's plate right up there in his first level slot. So it seems like maybe this is, I don't know. I don't want to tell you what you think about that, but it does seem like he's using magic to enhance the food that he's cooking. So he pulls out 3 plates, sort of like dishes the food on there. There's like some lamb that he's cooked with like vegetables on the side as well. Sort of sets the plates down, sets one down for Atlas, and looks at the page. And as he looks at the page, roll me an insight check, please.
Yes. And technically, let me see if I can add it. No, I'm not proficient in it. God damn it.
Curses.
Curses! Why aren't you wise, you dumbass?
Wise.
Why aren't you wise? That's okay. That's a nat 20. So I'm a stick with that.
Oh man, nat 20. Okay, so on a nat 20, you see an immediate for you, missable? That's not the word, but you know what I mean. Like this look flashes across his eye. There's recognition there.
Oh,
but there's also a confusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's as though it's something similar, but it's not like as though something's off. He sort of taps on the book and then looks at you and goes, "What's this?"
And I will say that, while that sketch is on one side, he's just been making minor adjustments to the diagram he has of his little mechanical dragon brooch. Just changing how it's run. He has a couple, so that's what it looks like he's focused on. And he'll look up and go, "Sorry, what is, this?" Points to the armored construct.
Yes, what is this?
Just a sketch I was thinking up.
You thought this up.
I did indeed. And he points to Atlas,
Looks at Atlas. Give me either persuasion or deception, whichever you choose. You don't have to tell me which. And I'm going to say with advantage, I think, at this point. So roll either of those with advantage and let me know what you get.
Yay, mind games.
Mind games. Mind games.
I can't do combat, but I can do mind bat. Let's see. So you said persuasion or deception?
Yes, either of which you can choose. You do not have to tell me.
$18.
Okay. He looks at you, frowns, then raises an eyebrow and goes, "You saw this somewhere. Where?"
Quite insightful for a farm boy.
He sort of grins when you say that. "Where'd you see it?"
Where did you see it?
You see he sort of like looks around for a moment. Sort of looks at you. I don't know. Just looks like something I was thinking of sketching up, I guess.
It's mine.
What do you mean it's yours?
It's mine.
How?
You're
It's
not
really
that-
intrigued by this.
You're not that dull. Come on, boy. It's mine.
No, I understand what mine means, but how can it? Okay, in what?
How
did
can
you
it
come in?
what? How did I?
What did you lose it?
Bold of you to assume. And he is now. Let me make this very clear. Now he's starting to lie, because he doesn't want this man to have too much intel. He's trying to throw him off.
Got you.
He goes, after constructing this gorgeous creature, pats Addie on the shoulder. You think I couldn't make something like that?
I think if you'd made something like that, and you kept Atlas safe, But I guess accidents happen. You can see that
You live in my hates, man.
The look in his eye is one of somebody who knows that you're playing mind games with him, but isn't willing to like fully dive in, because I think he. I mean, I guess you could give me an insight check if you were interested in like the inner.
No.
But he looks at it and he goes. You think it's here, don't you?
He's just gonna put his arms behind his head, lean back in his chair, and goes, "It's a shame that a mind like yours is trapped behind these walls. You know, there are so many universities, and colleges, and classes, and opportunities, and scholars beyond your tiny little town and humble country. Shame you'll never be able to see it. Unless... well, what do I know?"
Ooh, I think you see for a moment that like academic pride of his flare up. Roll me a persuasion check, or deception check. I don't know if you're like again. By the
Jason. You want crazy? I'll give you crazy.
Oh, wait till I get out of this painting.
Wait till we're gonna like come to like a complete like agreement, shake hands, and then Elvis is just gonna deck him from flying.
Right. Yeah, you get back out there, friends. You know. He's got like a pot of tea on and just gets decked. You know.
21.
21. With a 21, you see this flare up of pride, sort of turning to anger, and you see he looks at you, sort of like straightens his posture, very consciously, sort of like adjusts his clothes, looks back at you, and says, "That's very interesting. How would you know what's going on outside the walls? You're from here, aren't you?"
He rolls his eyes.
Right, that's what I thought. So,
like, come on.
Right. So he goes.
Giant golden winged woman.
He looks back at you and he goes, "Because it would be a real shame if anybody in power here found out that you're not from here."
It would be a shame, wouldn't it?
Would be.
Ah, it would be a shame as well to find out you've been sending people into a painting.
Would it?
Good point. Anyway, listen. If you want out, I can figure something out for you.
In return for what?
Eyebrow lifts. He knows very well what he wants.
You like point to the drawing. You want this. You think I can get this for you?
Well, clearly, you have so much information. You're very well read. I don't think it should be difficult for you. Or is it too much?
I think you would know better than most that information does not grant you means, does it?
I'm just saying, I see this brilliant mind trapped in a small hovel, staring at a fucking painting that he won't even explore himself.
I think what you're staring at is something you've spent very little time exploring, and something you've spent much more time trying to exploit. Am I close?
I'm a scientist.
As am I.
What else am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
Make friends? He points at your cantrip.
Right. Exactly.
You want to make friends? All right, that's cute. Adorable.
Do you know what that spell does?
I'm well aware of its manipulative powers, right? You make people feel comfortable with you, easy with you. Look at your lovable oaf, right? Your little persona. It's cute.
Listen, I didn't have to make you food either. I am trying to be civil here. I feel that the hostility isn't necessary.
You're right. I'm sorry. And he'll pull away his sketches, close up his diagrams, fold them all, put his back in his bag. I can wait outside until they come back. I apologize for inconveniencing you.
No apology necessary. Looks to Atlas. Atlas sort of like knows that you've got something going on and sort of looks back and goes, right, well, I suppose we shall be on our way. Thank you so much for the delicious food. Yeah. Yes, you're very welcome.
We'll be right outside for when my compatriots return, which I assume will be very shortly. Good day, Dr. Jason. Always a pleasure.
Likewise, he says. And I suppose, do you and Atlas just sort of like head back outside?
Oh, yeah. And he's gonna fucking scheme.
Okay, sweet. So you go back outside. So you find yourself sort of like standing outside of this little small home in the town, which you can see a little bit better now. This is like the first time that you're getting a good solid just sort of look at things. The sun is setting. You left for Sangreal early in the morning, and you have found that it has been sort of the whole day that you guys have been traveling and finally sort of landing here. So there's not a lot of people out and about. The things that you do see are some small like shops and things, massive mansion over off towards like the front gates of the town, and a couple of like slightly bigger buildings. You see like what's probably obviously kind of an inn or a tavern. But you do see some people that are kind of milling about. Are you making any attempts to hide yourself, or are you just sort of like standing outside the front door?
I think they're not like obviously out in the front like, hello, good people. You know, they're like they're definitely like off like in the corridor just. And with Atlas wearing his cloak, he might look like a long spindly, you know, hat, very low, like spindly man. Iap with has rolled down his sleeves and put gloves on. They look like a little creepy, but I don't think, you know, they stand out too much.
Sure. There's a thick fog as well. It's sort of helping to mask you guys as well. So as you sort of land, Atlas is going to be like, so what is this scheme?
He's pulling off his dragon brooch and turning the key in it to wind it up. And he says, we're going to leave a little surprise with our friend, because now that we've sparked his curiosity, as all fucking scientists do, he's going to want to know more. He's going to want to find more. He's going to want to ask questions. And when he does, we'll find out.
Right. Okay. Very fun. I'll stand here. And we are going to pan away from that to our other scene. A much different scene, but at the same time, some similarities, right? We find 3 of our crew standing in a replica of Jason's home, but the wind outside whips in white gusts as snow is sort of piling around. Looking off through the windows, we see a massive tower, and the echoes of Himalayas sort of rings out as the 3 of you guys stand inside Jason's home. What are you guys up to?
Elbvis is gonna kick a chair over and just say, God damn it.
Okay, all right. Give me, you know what? Give me an attack roll on that chair.
Absolutely. That's a 18.
Yeah. What's your unarmed damage?
I think it's pretty high, actually. Ah, shoot.
Oh.
Things that I didn't write down. No.
Unarmed damage. You know what? We'll just say it's your strength modifier plus your proficiency modifier. What is that?
Strength plus proficiency 5.
5 damage. So you kick one of the legs straight out this chair as it sort of like flips over and hits the wall in your rage. Veseri and Lyanna, what are you guys up to?
I think like so. I feel like the chair would have already been kicked over and everything by the time I came out of the painting because I waited.
You come out just as the chair like shatters against a wall. So as you land, you just hear, and you hear Elbvis go, "Damn it!"
So Lyanna wants to just like follow the trajectory of the chair and be like, "Oh, well, things are already interesting here. What's going on?"
Just missing you, darling.
Well, never fear, I have returned. It looks like we are in a mirror of the other cottage. I don't see a painting, though. Can you guys sense any arcana of sorts?
Well, I mean, I'm not sensing anything, but I can tell you one thing. There's a tower over there, and I bet you 5 gold it's in that tower.
You're on. And Lyanna wants to shake on the 5 gold bet that the painting's probably in that tower and like open up the cabin door and kind of just like stand in the door frame as like the wind gusts in and like take like a real deep breath of like the surroundings she's in. And she wants to kind of like, can I do an insight check to see if there's any like nature or anything like around that could be like a threat to us on the journey to the tower?
Sure. Yeah, give me a nature check.
That's a 15, and my nature is I have a beast lore proficiency. I'm not sure if that would help at all.
I'm gonna say just add your just add the proficiency from nature, because there's not like there aren't any animals or anything moving around outside, so I think that you're just going off of the environment.
The regular, so 17.
17. With a 17, I think a couple of things become apparent. One, not only is this a different environment, it's a different like plane, so everything here feels a little bit wonky is the best word for it. Like when you're looking at some of the mountains, you can kind of see paint strokes on them. Some of the snow itself doesn't move like it should. As far as the threats that you feel like might be lurking out here, I think you imagine that based on the look of the tower and based on the look of the path that leads to the tower, that if there is something out here, it's probably not like a big monster of any kind. There's probably not like a lot of there's nothing really scary out here, but you can't shake the feeling that there is something out here that might be a little bit dangerous, but nothing that would particularly scare you, if that helps.
Cool. Okay. That's all I'm doing for right now. I'm just casing the joint.
Sweet.
Before we do anything else, I wanted to go up to Veseri and be like, it's Veseri, right? Look, I just want you to stick behind me during this, and I'll get you out of here safe. And like, I want this to be like, because Elbvis is playing this character, a lot of times she's frowning or just like scowling, and I want this to be like one of the few times that she smiles and you can kind of tell that she's a lot younger than she puts on. And just yeah, I'll be it.
I think Vess would probably just like smile back and then say, we can all take care of each other. It's gonna be okay.
All right. I say we stick together close. No one get lost. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of room here, but I don't want anyone stuck in a painting.
Well, this is a pocket plane. Like this is an alternate dimension, and from as far as I can tell, there is only going to be one way in or out. So.
All right. Well, I guess we have our heading then. To the tower?
Yeah. As Lyanna hears Elbvis say to the tower, can I wild shape into my wolf form? Because she's a giant white wolf. She'll totally camo in too.
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Bet. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
And then when you go down to 0, you're knocked back into your human form.
My human form. When I'm knocked in my human form, what would my health be?
I think it's whatever it was when you wild shaped.
Okay, so I'd be back to basically healed.
I think so, yes.
Okay, bet.
That's
Cool.
a useful spell.
Yeah, seriously. Basically giving me an extra life. Alright, so I'm currently a gigantic, fluffy white wolf with glowing eyes. And I kind of want to just like... I want to scout ahead, but I don't want to like go too far from them. So I'm kind of like circling back and forth as like we're walking on once we start walking.
Okay.
When you transform, I do want to be like, you're beautiful, darling.
You're like a growl of appreciation comes from Lyanna's throat.
You're gorgeous, kid.
You're gorgeous. You got Moxie.
You got Maxie, kid.
Yeah, Maxie,
You got
kid.
spunk.
You got something.
You know, I'm going to make you a star.
I'm gonna make you a star.
So here's an important question as you guys are moving forward. How far ahead of the group are you?
I don't want to go more than probably 10 or 15 feet ahead of them in case I have to double back to help them.
Okay, so when you say scouting ahead, it's more of like just sort of at the point of the group and less of like an actual scouting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want.
We're kind of traveling in a line, just me and the middle.
Okay, so the order then would be what? We've got Lyanna at the front, and then Elbvis, and then Veseri. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so you guys are going along. Give me, I think, because you're at the front of the group, Lyanna, will you give me a perception check?
That is a 7. Plus 3, 10.
Great. You see a little ways ahead, a couple, like two on the sides of the road, one on either side of this little path, collections of bones.
Can I investigate the bones to figure out what bones they are, with like their people or animal or whatever?
Absolutely. As you get close, the bones stand up.
Oh God, no.
Human skeleton stands up, one on either side of the path. And if you guys would be so kind as to roll me initiative.
Roll initiative?
Fuck.
Yes, please.
Oh,
I'm
God
here
damn it.
to help.
That's a 17.
Okay.
13.
Also, with level up 5e, initiative, you can choose, if you can convince the DM, you can use ability or a skill check. So you can use your dex score if you're moving into action, or if you want to say, I'm gonna backflip to the fight, you can use acrobatics. Like, it's a lot of interpretation.
Anybody
That's
got
fun.
any special
That's really
interpretations
cool.
for their initiative they'd like to try and justify to me?
Just do a backflip in place.
just because
It's like-
you can.
I was gonna say it's like a video game when you're just backflipping,
figure
like
it out.
Yeah, the dodge roll. Yeah.
over and over and over.
It's
What'd you get,
beautiful.
Lyanna?
Lyanna got a 19, and I think like once the bones stand up, you can see that like her head drops to like down and her shoulders are raised, her hackles are up, she's growling. Her fangs have elongated a little bit since she has control over like how she shapes. And she's just ready to go at this point.
Here we go. I gotta show you the art. Don't even kid yourselves. Here it
I'm so
is.
excited.
These little skeleton
Oh,
guys
sick.
stand up. Well, a couple of bony friends
I
here.
love him.
Hi,
I'll
buddy.
kill him.
They go, and they just
They're
look
so
at you with like
cool.
sort of a.
What?
And they make no words because they have no throats, but they do seem like they are ready to dance. So,
Their vocal cords are dried.
dried and bony. Need just a little bit of hydration before they start doing their singing. But the on a natural 20, the skeletons are going to act first. And since you
Bastards.
are standing right up close to them, Lyanna, the one that you were sort of sniffing around is going to try to attack you first. Gonna
Bunch of
swing at you
nerds.
this little short sword. Nerd does no, it does not. You have a 16 AC, correct?
Correct.
Swings this sword at you. You're standing right there. You're ready for it. What do you do to dodge this little short sword attack from this skeleton?
Can I don't know if I'm allowed to react yet. Can Lyanna like basically dodge out of the way and then like clomp down on his sword arm with her teeth, like to try to like either disarm him or completely rip the bone out of his socket?
You can when it's your turn. Absolutely.
And so I wasn't
now
sure
you
if
sort
I
of
could like
you're
react like that.
and like coming forward.
I don't know if you can react with the basic maneuver.
Unless you have a
Not
specific
yet.
reaction, no. Your attacks will come on your turn. If you do have a reaction, I don't think wolves have a reaction.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look so. It doesn't look like I've got anything special with that. All right, so she just kind of wants to like bob and weave, but in a like it almost seems playful. Like she's excited. She's like her animal side, her bee side is out, and it's like when you see like a dog and you're like, "Oh, you good boy," and he's like, "Oh." So
I
like
mean,
she kind
it
of like
is.
just like dodges out of the way, and like she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to fuck you up, bro."
It is an entire collection of bones, which must be very exciting for a
Yay!
the other skeleton is going to take out a little short bow that looks very old and decrepit, but still operational, and is going to take a shot at you, Elbvis. Does an 18 hit you?
Right on the money.
On the money. That's gonna be 8
0
damage. 8
Yay.
damage. Max roll. 8 damage.
There.
That's the skeleton's turns, though. It is now your turn, Lyanna.
So Lyanna, from like her crash position where she was at, the skeleton that came at her, she wants to like bite and clamp down on his sword arm and try to either disarm him or completely rip that arm off out of socket and make some dinner out of this bitch.
Do it.
Yummy.
Nice. Put those click clacks where your mouth's at.
I think that could technically be, if you want to use a basic maneuver, disarm, because you're literally disarmed.
Sure.
What actually
Sure.
doing it?
Sure, give me a disarm attack. Yeah.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Target makes a strength or dex saving throw against your maneuver DC.
Okay, what's your maneuver DC?
12.
12. Okay, with an 18 on the die, this skeleton knows. Seems like maybe this skeleton in its past life encountered a dog. And just sort of like in the most, if you could imagine it speaking, you can see on its bony, emotionless face and body movements the no, as it sort of like yanks its arm back and away from you, trying to be like, no, sit, no. Sweet. So is that your attack, or are you still going to do a basic attack? Can you do both?
I believe that you can only do one until you get extra attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that is our move.
But she has a bonus action if you want.
Ooh. Bonus action away.
I can't really do much with the bonus action though, right?
What's the bonus action?
Depends on what you have.
Have you got one?
Well,
I guess you're a wolf, huh? You don't probably have
Yeah.
As a wolf.
You can
Yeah.
bark. You can bark
Yeah.
a little bit.
I'm saying, I'm just growling like menacingly at these skeletons because like
Yeah.
now I've got like my heart set on taking that arm.
Now you
off
want the
of
arm
it.
even more. You
Yeah.
took the arm away, and
Like,
now you
that's
really
like,
want it.
The wolf is taking over and she's like,
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the
but
arm. Okay, you think it's yours,
I've
mine.
got pack tactics, so in my next thing, like a wolf has advantage on attack rolls against a creature. At least one of the wolf's allies with the last 5 years better.
Okay, sweet. So
All right,
I
so
think
next time I'm not going to do the dex thing or whatever the hell that was. The
I'll say
maneuver.
this. They'll have to close that distance because you did say that you were about 10 to 15 feet ahead of them when
Yeah.
you were investigating those bones. So if they close the distance, then you'll have advantage on your next attack.
All right, cool. That was my question.
Next person to move is going to be Elbvis. Elbvis, as you catch a skeletal arrow in the shoulder and watch the wolf friend of yours try to steal an arm, but not quite succeed. What are you gonna do?
So Elvis is gonna just take the arm, hit off the arrow, break the arrow, and then gonna take out the sword and shield, go into classic Obi-Wan stance with the sword with the shield in front, and start get up close to the one that shot her, and she's gonna fucking hit him with a sword.
Hey, listen, might as well, right?
Might as well.
Smack him down.
All right, does
Put
a
him back.
16 hit.
It does. Deal some
All
damage.
right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna divine smite him.
Hey.
Divine smite.
Amazing.
Divine smite away.
You're about to get rocked.
Booshed.
Jesus Christ, that's 15 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hey, let's go.
I think what would happen is she'd go in, kind of like wary, and then, thinking back to her training, she'd drop down really fast, kick the legs out from under him, and then just like divine smite, like stab him down as he hits the ground.
What does your divine smite look like?
It's basically this like golden lightning coming off of the sword as it fires out, and just like an explosion of lightning.
Awesome. And which sword are you using?
The ragged.
Oh, the ragged.
Ragged.
The
Ragged Razor.
The Raggedy Ann.
Sweet. The Ragged
Yeah.
Razor.
The Ragged
slams
Razor.
home. This rather cruel-looking blade, sort of sheathed in golden lightning, slams down into this skeleton, which sort of makes that Lego Star Wars popping apart sound as you absolutely decimate it. Little skull just goes like toppling across the snow, and the bones just sort of scatter everywhere. That skeleton is toast, absolutely toasted. The rib cage is shattered asunder. Anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
That's about it.
Sweet. Veseri, it is you. What shall you do?
Sacred flame on the skeleton that was shooting at Elbvis.
That one is
That one's dead.
That one's
Oh,
dead.
and then the other
Double
one.
dead.
Rip.
Fucking Naya came in and was yelling at me right then. So okay, so yeah, so she'll do it on the other one.
Sweet.
That's only like an 11. So.
Okay, with an 11, it just misses. But what does that sacred flame look like?
It's just like a glowing red flame in her hand.
And you sort of like, is that you shooting that off, or is
Yeah.
it,
It's almost like fireball, but not exactly, because it's not technically fire.
interesting? I love that. So you sort of like pull this magical, glowing, like radiant energy together in like a very concentrated form that looks like flame. It's so bright, and shoot it right towards the skeleton. The skeleton, who is already on guard, sort of doing the like keep away from a dog, sees this coming and just does like a little, like right underneath it, looks over very cartoonishly, like head turns around backwards and then turns back and does like a woo sort of gesture with his skeletal hand. And it's gonna be his turn again. So he's gonna try and attack Lyanna again. That's gonna hit. And I don't know, they're rolling incredibly well. It's a 19 on the dice.
God dang.
That's
What the fuck?
max damage as well. I don't know. That's 8 damage from this skeleton as it brings the sword down into like the shoulder flank of this big white wolf. Just sort of sinks this short sword in and yanks it back. Sort of gets into its own little like ready pose, maybe possibly mimicking that somewhat Obi-Wan stance that Elbvis
I'll kill him.
earlier after seeing how well it worked on his compatriot. But that is the skeleton's turn. So Lyanna, it is now you. And I believe when
I
Elbvis
took
gets
8 damage.
what's that? You took
I
8
took
damage, correct? Yes. In your wolf form, you took 8 damage, and Elbvis also closed the gap. So I believe you now have an ally within 5 feet of you.
So I could do the advantage bet.
You attack
So
with
we-
advantage. That's it.
We're gonna attack with advantage, and we're gonna bite. We're gonna go to bite, but I'm gonna go for the throat this time.
Go for his
Good.
skeletal throat. You know.
That is a 17. So I roll again for advantage, right?
Sure.
Nat 20.
Hey!
Critical damage. Deal
Yeah.
me some critical.
Murder.
Well, I'm sorry, I
Murder.
couldn't. What do you say, Christian?
Oh, I just said deal some critical damage. Roll me some
Okay.
dice. Give me the number.
Wait.
Show me how
do
badly this man messed up.
1d6 plus 2.
So that'd be 2d6 plus 2 then with the critical.
5, 8, 2, 10.
With a 10, you clamp down, almost grabbing that like neck vertebrae. He manages to pull back just enough that you grab onto the clavicle and just sort of rip a chunk of his rib cage away. And so you've got like this big chunk of like the front of his rib cage that you've just like taken off. And so you just sort of like that arm falls to the ground. Unfortunately, not the one holding the short sword, but he is now one-armed and sort of like very like slowly trying to take steps back. Elbvis, it's your turn. This very raggedy looking skeleton still stands.
All right. Then I'm gonna take out the cantrip produce flame, and I'm gonna just shoot up a little flame at him.
Okay. How much damage does that do? And do you have to roll to hit?
I do. No, I don't have to. I don't think I. Wait, no. Yeah, I do have to roll to hit.
Roll to hit.
And I believe it's 1d6.
All right. Well, roll to hit then.
Fuck yeah, that was a with the plus 4. Yeah, so that's a 12.
Just misses. Just misses as you produce this flame in your hand. You shoot it. He's sort of like on the weary, like manages to get his little skull out of the way, kind of like comes back, does the like whoo thing, but it's much slower this time, much more sad. It is now your turn, Veseri, as you stare down this very sad looking pile of bones. What do you want to do?
I think she is gonna come up and do cure wounds on Lyanna.
Ooh, very nice.
Much obliged. Thank you much. Thank you much.
Cure the wounds!
You're all of
Please.
them.
We're all dying.
So 13.
Ooh, there you go. That's back up to full, yeah?
Yep.
Sweet. Come back up. What do you look like when you cure wounds, do you think, Veseri?
I think she just like puts her hand like over the wound and then it like glows kind of gold, like her wings and everything. And it's just this like glowing golden light. And then the wound just sort of heals itself.
Sweet. I think you feel like the presence of the god that you're drawing power from for just a moment as you cure those wounds. Back around at the top of the order, though, and that is the skeleton who's got a bone to pick. Gonna try to attack you again. Much worse this time. Goes to swing at you. Very much overextends, sort of loses their balance. And that is your turn, Lyanna, as the skeleton sort of swings, misses, and sort of like loses its balance. It's missing one of its arms now. Can hardly keep itself upright. Even if you didn't have advantage from pack tactics, you would definitely have had advantage on this attack. This guy's looking sad. What do you want to do?
So Lyanna wants to go in for the kill, so she's going back for that throat again. She wants to decapitate this motherfucker with her jaws.
Decapitate him with your jaws, then. Roll me some attacks. Give me
Munch.
Give me the higher one.
That is a 14 and a 7, so 14.
14 smacks. Deal some damage.
1d6 plus 2, 4.
How do you want to do it?
Hey!
She wants to latch on,
Fuck yeah.
and like as soon as she gets his neck in it, you're gonna see her land on the ground and like yank him to the ground and literally just like, you know when the dogs get that tug of war toy and they win? And then
Yank it as you
Victory!
bones around, and they just start shaking all the way apart, and you're left with sort of the vertebrae spine in your mouth as the bones are sort of shaken all over the path. And that's it. Those are the two skeletons that you saw, and they are completely destroyed.
Could I investigate like what's left of them and see if there's anything on them that would like give us any hints as to like their uniforms? Do we recognize their uniform? Is there anything that I could like loot from the body, kind of thing?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a check.
What would that be like?
Give me an investigation or I guess a history check, really.
Okay. That's a 15 on. Let's do history because I have legends proficiency.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Sweet. So you can roll that expertise die then, yeah.
D4.
Oh,
Roll a d4.
A
That
nice
is a-
D4.
that is a 1.
So total it's 16.
Correct.
Sweet. With a 16, I think as you're looking over these bones, completely dismembered.
I want to be gnawing
looking
on
at
one while I do this.
Perfect. Gnaw on the evidence.
Nom, nom, nom.
As you look at the scraps of armor that remain on these skeletons, I think with a 16, you can't place them down to like the specificity that you would want to, maybe. But I think that's because you recognize that these, like I guess uniforms, really, like the crests that you can make out on one of the skeletons, looks like it was from probably a ways back. I mean, not too long ago, but I mean it's probably at least, maybe 10 years old, maybe. And
Are
as
they
far as,
from Shangri-La or?
looks like they were probably from somewhere in the region of Morial,
Okay.
which is that sister province that Dreadmoor is a kingdom in. So you're imagining that this is somebody from that region, and there've been a number of like family shifts, which is why I say old in like 10 years, because 10 years doesn't sound like it's that old. But with the sort of shifting political dynamics of Morial, in 10 years, I think you've probably seen 3 different families take over a couple of the kingdoms. So this is one of the families that probably used to be running a kingdom. I don't know that you would know specifically which one. But I also think that for your like purposes, that doesn't necessarily matter a ton. I think you're recognizing that this was somebody from Morial who was either, I guess, captured or stumbled into this pocket dimension or something of that nature. But definitely somebody from the plane that you just came from.
Cool. Do you want to just keep gnawing on the bones and kind of like growl towards Veseri and Elbvis and like kind of like nudge your head forward like we should continue forward?
I agree, but I do think that we should be prepared for worse. This is definitely not the end of this.
Lyanna in her wolf form is you're just gonna see her like shake her head, but she's like as she shakes her head, you can see her like swallowing down the end of the last bone, or like the bone she was chewing on, and grabs one more and like trots ahead.
That's not good for your stomach.
Puppy moves forward. Puppy's eating the bones. We love to see it. As you guys trot down the rest of the path, it isn't too much farther until you reach the base of this tower. This tower is not immense by any stretch of the imagination. It looks like a small watchtower, truthfully. Probably only 2 stories high, really. It looks like it's in a state of ruin to some extent. As you get closer, you see that it's got like sort of a big, like very thick wooden door that's got like a lock on the front of it. And there are some windows that are up on that second story. But I think you also notice, without a perception check, that there are bodies in the snow sort of surrounding this tower.
Are they like the skeleton people or like bodies?
Some of them are skeletons. Some of them look a little bit fresher.
But they're
Can
definitely
we
like
roll
dead.
to know if it was the people that Jason sent through?
Yeah.
You can roll with I think disadvantage, only because you don't know what they looked like or who
Is
they
there
were.
a cat?
You can roll for that, sure, absolutely,
Okay.
with just a straight roll.
Or if they're townspeople.
That is a 18.
18, no cat.
Can I do like
Good, thank God.
a medicine check to see if I can figure out what killed them?
Interesting. Yes, you can, absolutely.
Oh wait, I get plus 1d4 for forensics. This is my time.
The time is now!
Give me a forensics check if you'd like to. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Crime scene investigation unit is here.
Da-na-na-na!
An augmented 20.
Augmented 20. I think you notice that for a lot of them, as you're looking around, there aren't weapon wounds necessarily on a lot of these bodies. A lot of them look like they took most of their damage falling from the second story. But I think you would also know that it's not high enough to have been the killing blow. And so as you look a little bit deeper, I think you find most of them have bite marks in them. Some of them have like full canine bite marks in them, and some of them have more like sort of like snake bite kind of double puncture wounds.
I also got an augmented 20. I think I'm using my forensics to see if how long ago these people were here and try to connect that if it could have been
Sure.
the people Jason sends through.
Yeah. With an augmented 20, I think as you're looking around, you're realizing that a lot of these people probably have been dead for at least 2 weeks, easily.
Isn't that the timeline that the people went in?
It is that timeline.
Oh no.
Right.
Are you looking for that? Are you trying to see if you recognize I should say too, I don't think I showed it to you guys last time. I meant to say that you guys did get a sketching of the person that you're looking for.
Oh yeah, see if it's Prince.
Is that what are you looking for that, or are you just looking to see if these are the people that Jason sent in? Because those are two different things.
I definitely think I'd look for the Prince first, since that's our first priority.
Okay. With an augmented 20, the Prince is not here.
Damn it, my job just got harder. But also, I'm gonna punch the hell out of Jason.
So when you see that it's been over 2 weeks, I will say for free that you know that the timeline that Jason gave you would suggest that this painting was not in his possession at that time, for whatever that means to you. Whatever inferences you want to draw from that, go ahead, because again, that is just what he said. But those timelines don't match up, if that makes sense.
And you said the door was locked, right?
The door is locked. Yes, there is a lock on the door.
Can I kick it in?
You can try. Yeah.
All right, sick.
Give me an attack roll on the door. Or I guess you know what?
Right.
Actually, give me a strength check.
All right. It's a nat 20.
Is it really?
That's a nat 20.
With a nat
Go!
20, you kick the door in. This is a thick, like reinforced wooden door, right? Designed for a watchtower. But I don't know if it's the rage from the skeletons, or if it's the rage that the Prince isn't here, or a rage at Jason for having orchestrated all of this, or what. But Elbvis, that rage that wells up in you is deep, and as your boot connects with the door, you feel a deep, like, crack as it splinters and shatters in, and the door sort of falls off of its hinges and sort of like, boom, thuds to the ground inside and sort of like sends like a gust of snow into the now open watchtower. And let me pull out your map because you guys are in.
Well, kind of them to let us in is what Elvis would say.
Oh, Jesus.
As Elvis says that and kicks open the door, Lyanna wants to shape back into her regular form, and pull out her broadsword, like, just in case.
Hells yeah. We're ready. Ready for war.
Let's go.
Did you guys
We
see
have
that
a
map?
body count bet,
Yeah.
and we've got a 5-coin painting bet.
Okay, so you guys
So many
walk
bets.
in to this tower with the door now shattered in. You see right off to your left, there's a door that's closed. You see a lot of these lanterns in here are all lit, as though someone's been here recently, which you can imagine is probably whoever was greeting you from the top of this tower. And then there's another door off to the right of the hallway, and then there looks like there's a spiral staircase that leads up to the next floor. So where are you guys trying to go?
Donna's doing a lap around, and she's trying to. I want to investigate the room and see if anything like stands out. And like with her wolf senses, if she smells any like fresh blood.
Okay, sweet. So which way are you going first? Left or right?
I'm gonna go left.
Okay.
I'll go the opposite way, so we'll meet in the middle.
Bet.
Okay. So give me an investigation check, if that's what you're looking for. And then Elvis, are you doing the same thing? Investigation?
Yeah, investigation going the opposite way.
Veseri, what are you doing?
I think Vess is probably just gonna stay where she is, like right there in the entryway, and just watch them.
Okay. Sweet. So the party splits up, right? So as you go left into this room, you see that it sort of looks like this is Lyanna. It looks like it's a destroyed sort of like sitting room. There is like there are ripped up curtains that sort of lie on the floor. There's this couch that's been like sort of ripped apart. The rug has got holes sort of being eaten into it. There are books sort of strewn across on the floor. This looks like it's been this way for a very long time. This does not look like new damage. What was that investigation check that you got?
I got a 19.
Okay, on a 19, and do you have anything specifically that you're looking for, or are you just looking for like clues to who could have been here recently?
I think when she sees the damage, she's going to recognize it as something that like a wearer could have done during a shift. that like there could have like the scene seems familiar to her, so I think she's gonna look for either a particular smell, and try to almost track whoever made this mess and see if they're still in the building somewhere.
I think that you'll recognize a canine scent.
Oh.
Is it fresh? I have a
It's
tracking
not.
proficiency.
I think that you would also recognize that that scent is still present, but up above you. And I think that I should suggest that this is not just a canine scent. It is also sort of mixed with a sulfur as well.
Ooh.
Great.
Elvis, what did you roll for your investigation as you take on the right room?
An incredible 14.
Incredible 14. Okay, so I think that's partially because as you walk into this room, you are greeted with a very weird sight, right? This looks like it was an old study. Again, it's sort of like torn up. You see like playing cards on the floor. You see like some children's toys in the corner. There's a bookshelf, and there's these destroyed chairs and these destroyed books. It looks like a destroyed candelabra on the wall as well. And it looks as though something came through here and like ripped this room up a long time ago, is what it looks like. And what specifically are you looking for?
I think less specific than Lyanna is just trying to figure out what is upstairs. Like, what are we in for? What kind of monster? I think she'd assume monster with the bodies and how they seem to be eaten.
I think with a 14, you're not entirely sure what sort of monster,
Yeah.
but this does seem to confirm your theory that there is something sort of monstrous that's done this. But I will say that to some extent as well, and Lyanna, you would also pick up on this, some of this is definitely just age, that it's been this way for a long time with nobody taking care of it. But that there was an initial sort of like something happened in here initially, and then it was left like that for a long time.
So a study in a watchtower. That's the craziest thing ever.
Very interesting. Yeah, with children's toys in the bottom as well.
Yeah.
So as you continue around into the dining room, I'd say you could make the same investigation check if you're trying to sort of like gather, well, I guess it'd be, you can either do investigation or insight, whichever you think would be more useful to what you're trying to gather. Insight would give you more of like who was here. Investigation will give you more of like what happened here.
Let's do insight. I have a reading emotions proficiency, which I don't see coming in handy for this, other than like maybe being able to piece together the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's such a like crime scene, can I make that work? Does it justify read emotions? I don't think it does. I think if there were someone here, then I would definitely give you that one. But
yeah,
as it stands, I think just give me a raw insight check.
16.
With a 16, as you look around at this like destroyed dining room, you're trying to piece together like what is in this destruction, what's in the rubble, and what kind of people might live here. And I think what you pick up on is that a lot of the like destroyed silverware and like plates and the table itself, the rug, this is all very expensive stuff. So I think, and the chandelier that sort of like crashed down into the middle of the table here is also very nice. And I think you're putting together, as well as with that room that you've just come through, this is expensive stuff. So whoever lived here was definitely some sort of nobility. Like it's that level of like wealth.
Would I be able to tell how many people lived there?
I think you would. I think you would recognize that it looks like there were sort of two, I guess I'll call them like adult seats. And it looks like there were 3 children's spots. The ages of those you probably couldn't tell, just because again all of the silverware looks about the same. But I think with your insight check that you would pick up on, this was a family dining room, is what this appears to be, that was demolished by some sort of monstrosity, but also that there was no one. There's not like blood or anything, so you know, I mean, you didn't roll investigation, but just based on the stuff that you've looked through, they didn't like die here, but nothing good happened.
They're all werewolves now.
Yeah. Elvis, as you cross into your room, what are you looking for? The new next room.
I think this time I'm more worried about trying to find this painting, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna-
Just looking to see if the painting is in this room.
Yeah.
Just give me a perception then.
All right. That's. Do I have any bonuses? I hope so. Well, I guess it would be. Yeah. So that's a 14 again.
14. You don't
Solid.
notice a ton. I mean, you notice the stuff is broken. The place has been demolished. There's a piano. There's like a deer head on the wall, and there's not a painting.
Life's hard.
It is.
I got that nat 20, and it was like, that's a.
Let's say high
That's what
rolls
you get
this
for
game,
throwing.
though.
Yeah, I was gonna say nat 20 to get yourself in the gate. That's pretty strong. Pretty strong. But yeah, you guys are sort of meeting around now in the middle. You guys kind of open that same door. You guys have completed your lap. Where do you guys want to go from here?
Lyanna wants to like look at Elvis and be like, I think we should go up. Something smells regular or relatively familiar, but I feel like we might be walking into something.
I seem to agree. All right. Well, we'll head up. And you and I first. We'll keep Veseri in the back. And keep our little line going.
Yeah.
Panga the way up.
So Lyanna wants to just like take her broadsword or bastard sword, and she just has it like basically like ready in front of her, and she's gonna head up those stairs.
Okay, you hear from the top as you guys start to climb the stairs. You hear from the top someone goes, "My friends, go and see our guests." And you hear that same little clickety clackety of some little bony feet as a skeleton starts to descend the staircase, moving towards you.
Same skeletons as before.
Looks like it, yeah. Same type, same vibe. Just sort of like
Necromancer.
cartoonishly beat bopping down the stairs.
Love that.
How far is he from us?
It looks like he's probably closer to the top of the staircase. So if you've got ranged weapons, he's within range. He's not quite within melee range yet. Does not seem like he's noticed you yet, somehow. So if you want to take a moment to do something about it, this is the time.
I think
I'm
Lyanna
gonna-
is going to.
57.
Christian, while this is happening, can I use lay on hands to up my health back to full?
Sure, yeah.
Sick.
Are you? It looks like you're in the middle of those stairs. Is that where you are?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so the skeleton does notice you, and the skeleton's gonna be like,
We'll be like, hey, how's it going?
skeleton's gonna sort
Quick
of shrug.
draw is
Gets
use
ready.
your. Oh, sorry.
I'm also ready.
Quick draw is use your reaction to draw a weapon and make a ranged attack when initiative is rolled.
Sweet. So you're good to go. Go ahead and make an attack.
I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, so she's just gonna fire off her longbow. Oh, that rolled off. 17.
That hits. Deal me some damage.
Damage for is 1d8. 6.
Sweet. 6 damage. Total?
Yeah, I don't think I get anything extra.
Okay, sweet. You shoot it out. I think you should get something.
Wait, hold on. Don't you get
both should
plus
be-
your dex mod? You
Plus
get
your dex and modifier, right? Or yeah,
Do
plus your dex.
I don't know. I'm asking you guys.
I
can't
think
load it.
that's what it is.
What's
Yeah.
your dex modifier?
My dex modifier is I want to say, hang on, where the fuck is my shit? 6. It's a 6. No, it's a 6.
Let me.
Oh no, it's a 4. I've got a 6 in the save, and a 4 is the plus.
Plus
so,
your 4 is your modifier. Great. So
So it's 4, yeah.
that'd be 10 damage then total.
Oh, okay, bet.
woohoo.
So you
Fuck
shoot this
yeah.
arrow up and shoot one of his arms off. I'm gonna roll a flat luck check to see which arm you shot off. You guys.
Oh no, he's a lefty.
They rolled a 6. With a 6 on the die, you shot off his left arm, and he is a righty. So left arm
damn it.
splatters to the ground
Of course.
uselessly as he faces down against Elbvis. But with that, I guess roll initiative. He looks pretty bad. I will say that.
All right, that was a 7.
Okay.
21.
I think I'm gonna go
That's
first.
fucking 20.
Damn.
Very nice.
We're
So
doing
again,
all
I
right.
want to roll a net
Go
20 when
again.
I'm attacking, not for initiative.
You get to attack right back to back. Give
So
me a
could I use my double shot and fra 2 more arrows in?
Depends
can?
on how many points. Let's see.
Here's what I'll say. If that costs you points, don't waste them.
We got a fight coming.
Just shoot him is what I would say.
Okay.
You know,
So Lyanna's just gonna.
One shot's enough. Yeah.
She just wants to pop.
pop a shot off. Roll me an attack.
That's a 17.
That hits. Deal some damage.
What did we say this motherfucker is?
It's a 1d8 plus 4.
6.
6 damage. Dead. You shot his head straight off. Oh, goes straight to the
Amazing.
skull.
Did.
Pins it to the wall. The skull sort of does like that, like loop around the arrow slowly
Ah!
all the way to the ground, then
Love
bops
it.
all the way down the spiral staircase. So like all the way down the staircase to the bottom, and then sort of makes like a little rattling noise as it hits the bottom. Very goofishly, very cartoonishly, as this skeleton ceases to exist. Good job, everybody. That combat encounter is over. Very close.
Yay.
Good job,
Really?
everybody.
That was a rough fight.
Yeah,
I
that was close.
I was
Barely
gonna
Barely
say,
made out.
Kara, your quick draw is 2 points, so you have 2 points left to use. And
Now, when
your-
does that exertion come back? Or whatever that shit is.
after you rest.
Oh, okay. So you can't, like, you don't really get to use those very often.
No, I mean it's kind of like your spell slots. So
Got
you,
you.
yeah, and for your double shot, that's only 1 point. So you could use that technically twice if you wanted, or once of your quick draw.
Okay, bet. Cool.
Wait. So,
Lyanna's keeping going up the stairs, but she's got her bow drawn, like she's ready for another attack.
Gotcha. What about Elbvis and Veseri? What are you guys feeling?
Absolutely, heading up. Just in fighting stance, ready to go.
Great.
All of you guys, so
There's just chilling.
she's here.
She's here, and that's what matters most.
And you know what? She's doing a
Apparently.
great job.
I
Did a great job.
up. I showed up. What else do you want from
Showing
me?
up is half the
Lovely.
battle.
I'm so proud.
Easily more than half the battle. This is the new map. So you guys find yourself in. So you guys climb all the way to the top of this spiral staircase.
There's a piano.
There is a great
Love it.
big piano.
I'm
There
gonna
is
play
also
that piano.
a jail cell.
Oh no!
Number of people in it.
No! We put them in a jail cell.
You see an old lady sitting on one of the beds.
World
You
lady.
see what looks to be maybe her son sort of sitting next to her.
Oh, you poor bastards.
You have a big
Oh,
sort
God.
of like half-orc man sitting on the other bed. And there is a cat next to the window. They all sit in there, moping very sadly.
Kitty.
On the throne
Of course, he's on the throne.
sits this fellow.
No, I can already see the preview.
I can't
This
wait.
this fellow right here.
No.
Oh yes,
Oh,
indeed.
God.
No.
Yes, indeed.
no.
No! Because I know what's gonna happen.
There he is.
Darcy, don't!
Very, very
Darcy, no!
sitting on the throne. But next to him on the throne sits a puppy.
Happy!
There's the puppy right there. Very fun little guy. Very happy.
In
to
the
be
great
here.
words of Brenly Mulligan, I'm gonna kill that dog.
You better.
I literally watched that today.
You better. Sitting right next to him. As you come up, he goes, welcome to my home. I am Count Blood. Would you like to go to jail? or shall I put you there?
I'm not even gonna pay attention to him, and I'm gonna turn to the old lady and like everybody in the jail cells and be like, Lady Grey, I presume. Don't worry, we're here to save you. It'll be fine.
Excellent. I'm so happy to hear that. Would you mind terribly rescuing my cat as well?
Oh, that's main priority.
Thank you. You seem very sweet.
Sus. This old woman is sus.
Hate it. Don't love that.
She's kind, and you guys are like, hang on a minute. What do you mean by that?
Someone's nice to us in this world.
As she sits sort of helplessly in a jail cell, you're like,
Kind old lady.
you got a motive.
She's got a fucking motive.
You got a motive. All right.
You're a lich, aren't you?
You're a fucking lich.
You have to tell me if you're a lich. You have to tell me.
It's the law.
Are you saying that to her out loud? She's like, no,
Not at all.
I do know that's the law, but I will tell you, and I'm not.
No, I didn't say that.
She weeps. She just starts.
No,
crying.
I
I'm
didn't
kidding.
say.
I'm kidding. You walk up, but she does say that she asks that you bring the cat out as well. Her son sort of looks at you and just gives you the white guy, pursed lips, nod face.
No, not the head tilt.
Just sort of nodding as he looks around, and you look over, and the half orc just kind of goes, "Yep, yep."
Look, I don't know your name, but we're here to save you too.
Thanks anyway. Or
Anyway.
like scratches his chin. Yeah, you guys were like, we don't know who you are, but you can come out. The Count Blood is going to walk over to the piano and play like a very dramatic chord, like a sort of the beginning of like.
I'm gonna shoot like the produce flame at the piano.
Great. Yeah, roll to attack.
All right, that's a 16.
Yeah, deal some damage.
All right,
What's Edward Cullen's song? Moonlight Sonata?
Yes.
that's 5.
As he's playing Moonlight Sonata here,
Could be
the
nothing
fireball strikes the piano and like severs a bunch of the cables, a bunch of those chords, and like ignites in the middle of the piano. And he goes, "Ah, my piano!" Hops off and goes, "I see I will have to deal with you," and like whips his cloak over his face. "Myself!" And the dog just goes,
I hate him.
and please roll
So much.
initiative.
I'm so
Before
glad
we even go
Iapetus
into
is not
combat,
there.
would Lyanna be able to do Beast Friend with the dog?
What's that? Are you trying to do beast friend with the dog?
Yeah, before the combat?
I think what you'll recognize is that this dog is inherently hostile.
Dog.
Me. It's me.
Right. I mean, a good description for any of us in this party. That dog is inherently hostile.
I rolled a 16.
Okay,
I got a 4. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
I got a 16.
It's working again. You bastards.
Oh, the sight's up?
Yes.
What'd you get,
Yay.
Lyanna?
16.
16. And what'd you get, Elbvis?
16.
16.
Oh shit.
Okay.
But,
Are we ready to jump into the fight of your lives?
I love this man.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Okay. All right. So, first to act is going to be the bad puppy. Bad puppy
Of course.
is going to
The bad
Well-
wolf.
across here. Let's see. We go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Boom. And then you're going to hear a 3 large inhales from this puppy as it comes around the corner. And then I'm going to need everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Got it.
3 pup inhales.
3.
He blows fire at me. I'm done.
It's a saving throw, so it should be the +6. I believe
Okay, so
because you're proficient in that dexterity saving throw. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So
+6.
16.
All right, I'm gonna tell
16?
you right now. That was a 4.
A 4.
Ouch. Owie.
Are we looking fast?
Yeah, 16.
16. Okay, great. So let's see what that looks like. This is gonna be fun. Okay.
Bullet sponge.
Okay. So Elbvis, you take
No.
19 damage as
great.
a cone of fire
Not good.
exhales from this dog's mouth. Suddenly, the room, just a cone about 15 feet, explodes in flames as this dog
Not
shoots
good.
them out of its mouth. For the other two, you take 9 damage as you're able to
shit.
jump out of the way
fuck.
of the flames that this dog shoots out of its mouth, dodging the brunt of it. And that is going to be the dog's turn. Next to move is going to be Lyanna, because you have the higher dex of the Tide initiatives. What do you want to do?
I want to cast Thunder Wave
Okay.
towards the dog, but I feel like I might be able to hit both of them. I gotta pull up fucking Thunder Wave. Hang on. So with Thunder Wave,
Okay.
you create a wave of thunderous force damaging creatures, plural. So I'm pretty sure I can hit both of them, and
What's
I
the-
push them.
Well,
And I
so
push
what's
them
the
both
what's the
back.
range on it?
The 15-foot cube.
Okay.
Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you. So you have, as long as you're 15 feet away from them.
So it's going to be a little bit. You're not going to be able to hit both of them because
He's
is
too far.
he's too far away. Yeah, I think
Is he still by the piano?
he is. He hasn't moved yet.
Okay.
The
But then,
yeah.
so, then I'm gonna do Thunder Wave at the dog and try to push him like up against that wall.
Okay. What is is it a dexterity saving throw that they have to make?
It is a Constitution.
Yes.
Constitution saving throw. Okay.
You are correct.
Constitution.
Constitution.
Great. So it gets pushed back how far?
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. Let me measure that out real quick. Okay, so he's getting pushed back to there. Absolutely failed that. Sort of yelps as this thunder wave throws him back. Does he receive any damage for failing that save?
2d8.
Yeah.
Roll me some damage as this dog just sort of like yelps and is thrown back across the floor with the power of the thunder wave. 12 damage. Brutal.
Sorry, Puppy.
Brutal. This dog like hits the floor hard, and you hear like a crack as one of its like legs like folds underneath it, sort of like skids across the floor for a little bit. That is your turn. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Nope.
Sweet. Next to move is going to be Elbvis.
Well, I guess I'm gonna do lay hands for the rest of my points for that because I don't want to die.
Fair enough.
And that's all I got.
Sweet. Okay, so you sort of lay hands on yourself, manage to heal yourself back up. Are you back up to full?
No.
Okay, but looking better. And we love to see better.
Maybe.
Catching a breath. Put your hands on yourself. Okay, take a deep breath in. Remember, self-love is important. So, next to move is going to be
The express
Beth.
view of
Slice
and dice.
That is the express view. Given the chance, express self-love. Vess, what are we doing?
Okay, so if I have a spell that's a bonus action, can I do that and another one?
Is one of them a cantrip, or are they both like full spells?
So, they're both level 1 spells, technically.
Okay. I'm gonna say one spell per turn.
Unless you have something that's like twin spells, allows
Totally,
you to
yeah.
cast more than one.
Okay, so then we will do... I think I'll go ahead and just do Cure Wounds on Elbvis then.
Okay. Sweet.
It's 11.
Hells yeah, man.
Love to see it.
Now we're back. Well, no,
Back in business.
we're still not back up
Not
to full.
close.
God damn.
Back in business, baby.
Nah, y'all got rocked.
That's it.
Ourselves.
Sweet. Vess turning back to Elbvis, who has been cooked by this fire. But Elbvis is starting to feel a little bit better.
Also, I'm flame resistant. Should that have done less damage?
Oh yeah, then that's
Yeah. You should take half.
Yeah,
Half
that should have
damage,
only
yeah.
done 9 damage to you then. Yeah.
Ha!
So you should be back up to full then. Yeah.
I'm more than full. I'm great.
Well, it doesn't. It won't grant you
He's
temporary. hit
flying,
points.
baby.
I was say it won't grant you temporary hit points, but you are back up to full.
I'm doing better than I ever could.
Feeling better than I ever did. All right, next to move is going to be Count Blood.
What a nerd.
Loser.
What an absolute loser.
He's the worst. I love him.
Going to trot over to here. Goes, no, my dog. And that's his turn.
That's
next to
it.
move is going to be
That's his turn.
the dog.
That's my turn.
The dog is going to run sort of like limp back over here and hang out by Count Blood. He's going to sort of pet its head a little bit. It looks like it's definitely been shell shocked. Count Blood is going to look at you guys and be like, how could you? And that's the dog's turn. So next to move is you, Lyanna.
Bro, you've trapped people.
Truly.
How could you?
Standing in this man's jail cell that he made for other people.
I don't know what to tell you.
He put a cat in jail, so I don't know what he was expecting.
Lyanna wants to just like kind of put her hands up and like make eye contact with Count Blood and be like, listen, darling, we could leave you and your little puppy alone if you would just let these people out of this jail cell, hand them over to us, and show us to the portal painting that can get us all home.
So what?
You have seen a painting?
Oh,
What?
No. Oh no.
Lyanna wants to kind of look about to go, whereabouts are we, Count
In my
Blood?
tower, of course.
And where is this tower located in the world scheme of things?
What?
All right. Well, this is getting us nowhere. And she kind of just like exasperately just wants to like look around, and she's like, and she just wants to like produce flame towards him.
Towards him?
Kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Murder.
But yeah, Juliana's just frustrated, and she's like, you know what? Fine. And she just like kind of just like brushes her hands and wants to just shoot like a barrel of flame his way.
Shoot a barrel of flames.
We're all just like, we're just tired.
14.
14 does not hit.
Fucker.
As you shoot, he sort of like dodges and goes, 5, would you shoot fire in here? You could burn something.
Juliana wants to be like, well, that's kind of the point. You can't answer any of my questions, so now you're going to have to go.
Your answer.
Also, your dog just did that.
But he's a good boy. He's a very good boy. That is your turn, Lyanna. It is now your turn, Elbvis, who's feeling footloose and fancy free after all those hit points.
Oh man, feeling amazing. Gonna come out after being healed and like hold up this hand crossbow at him and just say, look, let the people go, let us and the people go, and hand over all your paintings, and no one has to die.
Hand over all your paintings.
I don't have any paintings.
No paintings at all, not one.
No.
I shoot him with the hand crossbow.
Fire. Shoot. Roll an attack.
Lyanna wants to just go to Elvis and be like, looks like you owe me 5 gold.
I'll give it to you later. That's a 19.
That hits. Deal some damage.
That's 7.
7 damage. Great. You shoot a crossbow and it just hits him straight in like the lower part of his torso. As a crossbow bolt just like sinks into his stomach. Would you like to do anything else with your turn, or is that it?
I'm just gonna say again, look, let us and the people go, and no more fighting.
Oh my God! Yes, you can go. I don't. Sort of doubles over a crossbow bolt. But that is all he says. He doesn't seem to make any, like, there's no definitive, like, here's the exit, here's the, like, way out. He just goes, yeah, you can leave.
What, how do we get the people out of the jail. Do you have a key?
Oh no, you can't. Oh, you can't take the people out of the jail. No, those are my prisoners.
Why are you having people in a jail?
That's part of having a tower. Oh my God! Ow! Why did you shoot me?
What? Why do you?
Oh my God!
Just because you have a tower doesn't mean you have to put people in it.
It hurts so bad. Yes, it does. Those are the rules. Oh God!
But then
Ow.
the rules are I'm going to shoot you again.
Oh my God! Why would you do that? Oh God!
Because you're kidnapping
Ow.
people. Do you
Oh,
not
my
understand
stomach.
that this is
Oh,
bad?
that hurts so bad. Ouch! That
I don't
is.
understand.
That is. What did you say?
I said I don't understand.
That is your turn. Vess, you are the next to move.
Oh my god. Okay. I think I'm gonna do a healing word on Lyanna. So that is
Just hear softly in the background. Oh my God.
so that's 6 health points back.
We're many thanks to you.
I'm real glad I'm not at this
so
fight.
much.
Nah.
Next person to act is going to be the vampire. He's going to sort of charge to see how far he can actually get here.
As he's on the floor dying.
As he's really not liking the way that things have shaken out here. It's going to run right up to you, Vess.
Of course.
Going for our healer, you douche.
Yeah.
That's
I
against
guess
the
so.
Geneva Convention, Christian. You
It's
said
true.
that.
Well, here, let me ask this to be fair.
She's a medic!
Hold on, let me ask this to be fair. Because this is I'm looking at the order on the screen, and I recognize that might not be where you guys feel like you actually would be in this scenario. So if you feel like there's a different lineup, please change those tokens around now.
I feel like that's definitely behind us.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I would be trying to stand in front of her no matter what.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, like,
Okay,
I know
so
she
the
could
vampire's
definitely
gonna come
be
for you.
like right there, probably.
Keep the healers in the back!
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's gonna come straight for you, Elbvis, for shooting him. That does not hit. That does. You're gonna take. It's not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. You're only gonna take 7 damage, as he essentially grabs you by the face, and you are grappled.
The face?
Grabs you straight by the face, and goes
Yikes.
just like as you like.
How
grab
tall
him-
is he?
He's not as tall as you are, but tall enough that he can reach your face. And he's
Such a weird flex.
Goddamn dork!
he just grabs you by the face and goes, "Why did you shoot me?" And then just like sort of like grabs on to I guess one of your horns, and then just sort of like has a handhold on you. But that is his turn. And the next person to go is going to be the Hellhound.
Oh no.
Charge up here. I'm gonna do a luck check just to see who the Hellhound's gonna go for. All right, sweet. So Elbvis does a. I don't think that hits you. It is a 17 does not hit you, correct?
Nope.
Great. So it goes to bite you. You manage to like yank your leg out of the way as it takes a big chomp out of the air. Misses though. And that is the Hellhound's turn. So it is now you, Lyanna.
Lyanna wants to she's gonna thunder wave again and keep it simple and try to push the both of them 10 feet away if I can. Would it affect Elvis if I tried to thunder wave?
Actually, it might pretty
Well-
badly because you're standing right by the edge of that like staircase.
Yeah.
But
So-
if it's a 15-foot cube, can't you determine where it goes?
It starts from herself. So I feel like it's like a starting from that
Like a
origin. And
trajectory.
because I was gonna say, and because she's currently grappled by the vampire, so pushing the vampire will have a negative outlook on Elvis regardless.
Can I train it to just the dog to try to blow the dog 10 feet back again?
I'll say yeah. Sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's a Constitution saving throw from the dog, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's trying to beat what number? 1. So trying to beat
11.
11. Okay, sweet. So it passes the check. Does it still get tossed back and take half damage, or how does it work?
Hold on.
Constitution halves and negates push.
Okay, so it
So
doesn't get pushed and it takes half the damage.
Okay.
What it deals some damage, and then we'll cut that in half.
2d7 and a 4, 11.
11. Okay, plus what would that be? Plus the wisdom modifier, right? So
No.
not for a spell attack?
No, not for 2d8 thunder damage, not because
Right.
it was a saving throw. Yeah.
It
So
was 5 damage total?
Yeah.
Great. You hit this dog with another thunder wave, and you watch as it sort of like knows it's coming, sort of like ducks its head down, its ears sort of tuck back as it sort of like grits its teeth and still takes some of that damage, and you see it sort of like starts doing that like coughing thing that dogs do.
no.
And you see like some like smoke is coming up and like a little bit of
Trying to
like
kill us.
blood is
I
trickling out
know.
of its teeth as it sort of does its sort of coughs up a little bit. That is your turn. Elbvis, it's you. You are currently being held by the face.
I want to break out of this
Ridiculous.
grapple.
Great. Do you want to let's do a contested strength check.
Go of my face, bitch.
Let go of me.
How dare you touch a lady's horns?
He has to,
Might be the-
beat a 19.
He has to beat a 19. All right. Let's see what he's working with.
If this man's strength is
Can you imagine? What a legend that would be. This
Would be
this clown.
unreal.
This absolute
Man.
clown is just
Never skips.
I mean, he's got to be good at something.
not enough. You break free of the grapple. What do you want to do?
Can I try to push him off the side?
Sure, yeah, we'll do another contested strength throw.
Just throw him down the stairs.
So that one was a 17.
17. Okay.
long live the king. Brother, no.
Okay, so on that one, you guys are tied as he sort of manages to like cling onto your arms here. He's like,
So I'm like holding him off
don't
the
do
edge.
that. What's that?
Can I just say, you messed up my makeup?
He looks and goes, ah! As he maybe realizes the true nature of the sin he's committed. As he starts to like, his feet are like dangling, trying to keep himself on the edge here. That is your turn. Vess, it is now you. What would you
That's-
like to do?
That's where he truly fucked up.
He made a lot of
Same.
mistakes. This is one of the bigger ones, but he's made a lot. It's a lot
I
of
think
errors.
this is the
that we
worst
have.
one.
I think she's
Try
gonna
to
go
make
ahead
it
and
fun.
do healing word on Lyanna again.
Sweet.
Many thanks.
Tried to give everyone some fun borders.
Then there's
So
the
then
cat
it's
I
chicken.
like 'em.
You hear the old lady from the jail cell as this fight goes on. Goes, yeah, throw him off the edge and kill him.
I told you she was
Incredible.
sus.
I love it.
I like her.
So she's like rooting for the for you guys, and you're like, that's a motive. There's something up about you.
You got another 6 health, Kara. I don't know if you heard me.
After Jason trusts
I'm
no
full now.
NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I punched Jonas in the head about 7 months ago. I've never trusted an NPC since.
I'm gonna have to
I
make
trust
some-
his grandma.
I was just gonna say, I
Well-
have to make some NPCs that you guys can really not trust. That's what I'll have to do. Okay, so it's the Hellhound's turn. It rolls a 19 to hit you, Elbvis.
Stop it,
Yep.
puppy.
That's gonna be 12 damage piercing.
All right.
And it's going to be 1 fire damage as it clamps its jaw down onto you. That is already halved. It clamps its jaw down onto you, and you feel like that fire burn. But as a tiefling, that really doesn't mean a whole lot. The teeth, on the other hand, do, as it clamps down on your leg as you are scrambling with Count Blood here. But that is its turn. Next person to act is going to be you, Lyanna. What would you like to do?
I want to take out her bastard sword and kind of just try to behead the wolf as it's gnawing on Elvis.
Behead the wolf.
Love it. I
As
hate
I'm
it, but
slowly dying.
I hate it, but like I love it.
Listen, I literally have a wolf tattoo. This is my nightmare.
It's awful. This is terrible.
The Secrets of Sangreal campaign gets really real, really fast.
No.
I am a wolf. That's in that 20, baby.
Deal me some critical damage.
Yay.
That's 2d8 then, because it's critical.
Yeah, 2d8.
That's a 5. Ooh, and that's a 5. 10.
Sweet. You bring this bastard sword down and cleave straight through, in one swift stroke, behead this hellhound. I think for you,
Out of all the crimes I've ever committed, this is the worst.
this was the worst.
For sure.
You feel the
Sadness.
jaw relax. For you, Elbvis, probably a very great moment as this jaw unhinges on your leg. The hellhound is no more. That is your turn. Elbvis, it is now yours as you continue to battle with Count Blood on the edge of the staircase.
And you said he's hanging off, right? Like he's
well,
just
you
holding
guys
on
are-
to me.
Right. Well, kind of. I mean, you guys are both sort of on that edge. I'm not going to say like if you let go, he automatically falls, if that's the hope. But you guys are like fighting on the edge. He is facing the edge. So if you were to beat him in a contested like athletics, then you would definitely be able to shove him off. Yeah.
I'm gonna just be like, I'll give you one more chance. You let us and the people in the cage go, and I won't drop you.
He looks down. He looks at his former hellhound, looks down at like the long drop to the stone floor beneath him and goes, "Okay, perhaps I have miscalculated. I've let them out of prison, and you can go." Just... Okay, then what else? What else do you want from me?
Can I roll insight to see if he's lying?
Sure, yeah. I mean, honestly, probably roll it with advantage. He is not doing well.
So that's a 18. Thank God with advantage, because the first roll was a 2.
Cool.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
All right, I pull him up and like, and just like kind of like set him down.
He is going to like go through his coat pocket and hand you like a ring of keys, and is just going to sort of like limp away towards his little throne after giving you the keys.
Sick. I'm gonna go open the gate for everybody. Try to let him out.
Sweet. You turn the key, open the door, it sort of like creaks open, and the people sort of come over. The son walks up and goes, "Nice," and walks over here. The old lady walks up and sort of like pats you on the shoulder. I think she would pat you on the face, but I think she feels like that's too much, so she's just gonna like pat you on the shoulder and go, "Thank you, very kind of you."
Of course, absolutely.
Luna. And this cat just goes and just sort of like trots after her.
Do you guys know where the painting might be?
No, we haven't seen a painting in here. We came to the tower hoping to find an exit, but we just found Count Blood. The half-orc walks out as well and is like, "Yeah, I figured things would go differently." So,
Well, all right.
Lyanna wants to like kind of like blink over to Count Blood over on the throne.
okay.
And
Yeah, he's sort of sitting here. Get rid of
she
this.
kind of wants to like, you can kind of see like she is a little upset about having to slay the wolf.
Sure.
Sorry about your dog. We did give you an opportunity to stop attacking though, to be fair.
No, quite right. You did.
So could you tell me a bit about why you're in this tower and if there's any way to get out of this land?
I've been in this tower for as long as I can remember, I think.
And have you always been this way? And she like hand motions to him in like his vampirism. Is he a real vampire or is he like think he's a vampire?
Good question. You want to
All
roll
right, can
insight?
I would say, can I do a? Hang on.
This basic
I feel like a real
hoe-
vampire would be
Love him.
stronger.
Yeah, like I
Pretend-
don't act like a real vamp. Can I do maybe an insight check and use my reading emotions to see
If you read I can tell you with that check whether he thinks he's a vampire or not. Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, can
Alright,
I do a medicine check on him for diseases? Because is vampirism considered a disease?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I have expertise in diseases. So.
You could do that. You could give me an Arcana check to see if there's like some sort of blood magic present. Whatever you guys want to do. With an insight though, I think that'll give you his psyche.
Whether he thinks he's oh dear god.
It's true. It's an important distinction. I mean, emotions typically don't tell you very much about like the actual condition.
the actual facts of things. I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
Okay.
25 on my medicine check.
With a 25, this is what you know. Because that's pretty high. This is that there is definitely vampirism present here. This is not a full-fledged vampire, nor is this someone who was always a vampire. I think with that 25, you even see like the puncture wounds on his neck, and with a 25, I think you can see that whatever happened, it looks like it's a rather nasty scar. So it wasn't like a willing transformation, you don't think. But this is a vampire. How long he's been a vampire is a little bit harder to tell, but I think even with a 25, you would guess it's probably been years. Probably 7 years, give or take.
I want to do an Arcana check to see if I can sense anything like off about him, if he's being manipulated in any way.
Okay. I should also say, I meant to say this, I'm sorry. With that 25 medicine check, I think you recognize that this person is not human as well.
Okay.
That the old lady's not human?
But we're talking about the vampire.
Ah.
I was
You
like,
know about this.
I'm gonna get this old lady. I got her pegged.
Dead set
okay?
on her, huh?
I got her pegged.
Listen,
Pulls out
my
like a 9.
anxiety helps with Jason, it will help with this too. No one!
We'll talk
I only
more.
got a 9 on my Arcana check.
Okay, 9 on your Arcana check. I think it's because the Arcana that you're picking up on, which is present, is not familiar to you. But I think even with a 9, you recognize the presence of Fey magic.
I am
God
proficient
damn it.
in Fey
God
magic.
of time.
Hang on, I'm proficient in Fey magic.
Great. Sweet. Do you want to add your expertise die to that roll then? Now that you know that.
That's a D4.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
Okay, so now you've got an 11. This is some sort of probably minor Fey spirit, maybe. Could be.
Like, not alive.
This is the vampire that you're talking to.
Okay, so but he's not conjured. He is like a being.
Right. Yeah. When I
Okay.
say Fey spirit, I mean someone who is initially from the Fey Wild.
Okay, bet. So he was
You
Fey,
think.
and now he's in the midst of a vampiric transformation.
That's what you think.
Okay, cool.
Just sort of sitting here as you guys do all of like this investigating, and he's just kind of very like quietly allowing this like doctor's checkup moment as you guys are like prodding around, looking like, yeah, okay, there's that. He's like, what?
Looks
There's
about
what?
right.
That's what? What does that mean?
Lyanna wants to go back to the blood count blood and be like, do you know of any other constructs, buildings, people around here that might help us return to where we belong?
What?
All right, you are completely useless. You want to just like look around and like,
Fucking dumb.
can I loot the wolf body for anything like magical or whatever? Because one of my hang on, I'm trying to trophy taker.
Sure. Yeah.
I can harvest trophies
Ooh.
from like creatures and utilize them to my benefit.
You've got a hellhound pelt.
Ooh.
Pretty sick.
Claws or anything? Just the hellhound pelt?
I'll say you can take you get the hellhound pelt, and I think you can take the teeth as well.
Word. So she wants to just. You're gonna see like she just like adds the pelt to like her cloak. So now the pelt is over her cloak, and the teeth she puts in one of her pockets. Like her cloak has like a bunch of crazy little pockets hidden in it.
Totally. We can determine what those teeth will do for you. I'm gonna say you've got 5 of them. 5 hellhound teeth that were fully intact.
Can I roll to try to sense the same magic that I felt when I was checking out the painting?
Sure, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
All right, that's a 19 on the dice. And I don't have any pluses, so 19.
You feel drawn towards the chest that's sitting over.
Whoa!
I go over and open that motherfucker. I'm tired of this.
It's locked, but you've got the keys in your hand. So you slip the key in, unlock the chest, flip it open. It looks remarkably scant for a chest, but you do notice that there's like a pouch of like 50 gold pieces, but perhaps more importantly, there is a paintbrush with like a tube of paint, it looks like, that are both sitting at the bottom.
I take one of the 50. I take the gold that I owe Lyanna and I flip it to her, and then I go like, all right, guys, who's the best painter out of us, and who can paint Jason's house so I can hit him in the face?
Lyanna catches the gold, kind of like walks the coins through her fingers, bites one to make sure it's real gold. Should I actually do a check to make sure it's real gold?
You can, yeah. What do you want to roll to see if it's real gold?
Eats and consumes gold piece.
Yeah, it's what I'm playing, like real gold.
That's chocolate. That's chocolate for sure.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
chocolate. Right
chocolate.
But when I roll like an insight,
I think that would be a nature check.
okay. 17.
It's gold.
It's gold.
You take a chomp out
So
of
she's literally gonna go, it's gold. And she's gonna just again flip those 5 coins into another one of those pockets in her cloak. And she's gonna just like look over at like Elbvis with the paintbrush in her hand and kind of nod over to the Veseri and be like, I don't know why, but I feel like she's good at painting.
Sounds like a plan. Go ahead. Paint my next target.
Could you imagine if Veseri isn't, and now she's just stuck with this fucking paintbrush?
Right, yeah, just like, right, when everybody assumes you're really good at something and then you have to do it, and you're like,
Also, I want to use Cure Wounds on myself, because I'm dying.
Anyone proficient in the painter's kit?
That was what I was about to ask.
I have an herbalism kit.
Me too.
Okay. Awesome, very useful kit.
Oh no!
Something else. So you've got the paintbrush.
No.
So who's doing the painting?
Oh no!
I am.
I'll do it. Let's just. Lyanna's gonna just start getting frustrated with like nobody taking initiative, so she's just gonna take the paintbrush, squirt like literally just like the one color of paint
Okay.
out and like brush it like she wants to just start painting on this like stone wall.
Okay. How much paint are you using?
Well, would I just? Could I just like paint like the outline? Like, I don't know how to like determine this. Like, she's gonna squirt out a bunch of paint, and she just wants to like.
I'll just wait. To be fair, I don't think your character would either. I don't think any of you have identify, and I think
oh no! That's why I should be there.
Just a paintbrush for you guys. Yeah, I think you're just more hoping it's magical than anything.
Like.
So this is just your guess. What do you think would work?
Like how much paint you mean?
Sure, that and like what you want to paint, all of that.
Let's not use it all.
I wanna like from like my memory, I guess, like paint what Jason's cottage looks like, since that's what we assume will portal us back there. But she's not gonna be like real interested in details. Like she's good with maps and stuff. So it's like a basic layout of the cottage, but you can tell that she's like actually really focusing like any of her actual arcana in it to try to like force this portal back, because basically mission accomplished here, and she wants to get back to the main like thing at hand.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna ask first for a performance check. I'm gonna ask for it with disadvantage.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's a 14.
Sweet. So with a 14, I'm going to ask now that you roll on a D100, and I'm going to ask that you roll that flat. Just roll a D100. So roll that hundreds dice and then roll the tens place and let me know what you get.
Christian, is it all right if I do a cure wounds on myself?
Sure.
Okay.
I got 22.
22. Great. So, as you squirt the paint out, do this very awesome job painting Jason's house. You use about a quarter of this tube of paint, and then for a moment, you just have a really nice painting of Jason's house in one color. And the old lady just goes, "Oh man." And then it starts to crackle to life. And you see it sort of forms into like it looks like an opening, like the lines connect into an opening. So you have a very weirdly shaped doorway, essentially. Like if you looked at all of the lines that you've painted to make Jason's house, it just sort of all connects into one like open door that's just sort of like gleaming light back out towards you. So you can't really see where it leads.
Lyanna wants to like just basically try to touch or open the door to get through it or open it.
So it's like just an opening. So like you just like stick your hand straight through the light and you just can see your hand going through that opening.
She wants to look over her shoulder and kind of just shrug at everybody, and she's going through the fucking portal.
Sweet. You tumble back out through the painting into Jason's dining room. As for Jason just sort of sits there, sees the hand come through for a moment. It's a great warning. He moves over to the other side of the room as you tumble out, and he looks at you and goes, "Welcome back."
She wants to, she definitely sticks that landing. She's very like limber. And she wants to like just see the lamb on the table, and the first thing she's gonna do is like pick up the lamb chop and like chomp into it and be like, "This is good, but you, sir, are awfully fucking shady." And she wants to like look at Iop and be like, "What's been going on since we've been gone?"
I believe Iop is still outside, correct?
Oh,
but
So
he would definitely be looking through the window just to make sure when people would come back.
Here's what I'll say, because
out of the thing and
I'll lay it out this
the
way.
lamb chop.
Because I don't know that the shadiness was discovered until after you guys went through the
Well, I feel like because
painting, but that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
gonna say.
guess-
Because Iop is not inside, I think maybe your first inclination is to think Jason's done something to Iop.
Iop.
So I'm gonna say that will justify the like something shady's going on.
Okay.
So as you level that charge at Jason, he's gonna sort of like put both of his hands up and go, "What are you talking about?"
She's gonna be like, "So where are tall and clankly and short and grumpy?"
They didn't want the food, so they went outside.
Well, that is unfortunate because this is delicious, which is something that we can come up with later. But what on earth is going on with this painting over here? And why are they outside? That's not like I have to just disappear.
I don't know, until you got real mad about the food and went outside. Did you guys figure out the painting?
No, but I have a feeling that you knew more than you're telling us.
What?
Can I? Shit.
Also, the rest of us would be going through. Like, at least I would.
Vess would wait until everybody else went through first. She would definitely like go through last.
Okay. So, I
So
guess,
like Elvis and the prisoners are already coming out.
are you guys, are you ushering him through, Elvis? Or are you telling him to go through?
Oh yeah, I'm ushering them through first.
Yeah, that old lady falls. She goes, "Oh goodness gracious, great to be back," and sort of like walks out of the house. And then her son falls and goes, "Oh wow, that was fun," and walks out of the house. The cat comes through, is like, and sort of like struts out of the house. And then this half orc just sort of like thuds on the ground really hard and like gets up and goes, "Okay," walks out of the house. And then Elvis, I guess you come through.
Yeah, actually no, I'd let Veseri go through first.
I think with people coming out of the house, Iop would stand in the door with Addie. because people are back.
Elbvis, Veseri, as you fall through, you find yourself back in Jason's home. Elbvis, as you're about to go through, you see Count Blood is following you.
Hey, bud.
Oh,
I think you should stay in your tower, right?
no,
Why not?
because I just found out it's not real.
Or is it?
No, I'm going out.
Actually, I think
It's not real? What?
things are real if you make it real.
What?
I think, like, what is really real? If it's real to you, then what matters?
He's gonna try and slip past you.
It's gonna fail.
He doesn't think it's real.
So he just rolled
awful.
a 23 on his dexterity check.
He gets past me.
He hits you with the as you're telling him this philosophy, he hits you with the cleanest juke move you've ever seen for a person who's got an arrow sticking out of their side. Breaks both your ankles, not literally, but figuratively breaks both of your ankles and just jumps straight through
I'm gonna be like, oh no, you don't, and jump right back out.
Right, so you both crash into the ground in Jason's house, and Count Blood stands up and goes, yes! Finally! And he's going to
His
turn
voice
into
just changed.
a cloud of birds, just different color, like very beautiful colored birds, and just they shoot out the window. And as Jason,
Can I try to catch him before he does this?
before he turns into birds?
Yeah.
He beat you on the dexterity check.
Could I shoot flames at the birds?
Sure.
This is the vampire turning into birds?
This is Count Blood turning into birds.
Oh, Count whatever he is. Yep.
Yes. Which is I'm air quoting here, the vampire. Yes. Yeah, you can shoot at the birds with sure. You'll have one reaction to shoot at them. Go for it.
That's a 19.
That hits.
Okay. What is my fire one?
Get him.
1d8 fire. 5.
5 damage. Sweet. You shoot this fire off at the birds. You watch like 5 or 6 of them just like incinerate and drop to the ground. But the host of birds escapes through the window and flies off into.
Well, that's gonna be a problem later.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
That's definitely going to come back to bite us. Pun intended.
Jason watches that happen and just sort of goes, huh? Turns back to you, Elvis, and is like, Ves, and he's like, you guys made it. Welcome back. Nice job saving all those people. That was crazy.
Uh-huh.
What?
Lyanna wants to finally look at the prisoners and kind of acknowledge them basically for the first time and be like, so, do any of you recognize Jason here?
As they're walking out the door, the old lady goes, oh yeah, he's the sheep herder, and walks out the door. And then the half-orc guy's like, yep, that's Jason. Walks out the door as well. But it does seem like they know exactly who Jason is. They're very familiar.
And there's no animosity? They're just like, oh, hi, Jason.
You could roll an insight check if you'd like to. Yeah. I mean, there's no obvious hostility if that's what you're asking, but you can roll insight to see if there's if they're
and I can
hiding
read
some
emotion. So,
Yeah. You can roll that expertise die.
that is a 17 plus a 3, 20. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, they don't seem mad at Jason.
So they have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, they
Why
still
else would
know
you-
they got sucked in through a painting.
Yeah, but as far as they know, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was trying to see.
Yeah.
Did anybody come out fuck you, Jason?
So, yeah.
No,
Iop's
but-
gonna
Jason
I'm gonna
wouldn't do
turn to
that to
Iop
us.
and be like, Iop, what's any news?
You see he's been leaning against the door watching this entire conversation, watching the Jason facade, and just very he's actually smiling for once. Iop is very grumpy except when Jason's doing his thing, and you just see him smiling and nodding. as he does his little thing.
I think Vess would do an insight check on like reading emotions for that because she's like, that's not fucking normal.
Sweet.
This man doesn't smile.
She's like, absolutely not.
He has no joy.
So sad.
23.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, am I allowed to?
Please.
Yeah. It's like someone who's entertained by a performance in a show.
I think Vess would just be like, you wanna share with the rest of us what that's all about, Iap?
And this is where he looks at Jason. Because this is what he's been waiting for. And he goes, Jason is a very brilliant man. And we've been having a fun time chatting. Right? And this is his look to Jason. Where, listen, he knows Jason's full spell list. That he gave him. He could be lying.
Sure.
But he has 3 people that were just able to do whatever needed to be done in a painting that a group of commoners could not accomplish. So this is essentially a threat. And he can counter threat, right? He can say he knows who they are, but in this moment he is surrounded by 4 people. And I also have what's it fucking called? Expertise in subtle threats.
Sweet. Give me an intimidation check. I'll say give that even with advantage because Atlas is behind you, just sort of like one finger at a time, like clicking on the door frame.
Yep.
I have a question. Would Lyanna still have the paint and brush in her hand? Like in her person? Like if flip that into her cloak?
You do still have that on you, yes.
Cool.
Get fucked, Jason. You little bitch. You little.
Get fucked, Jason.
Get fucked, Jason. Let's see. 19 plus my charisma, which is 2, which is 21. But I'm proficient, which means I can add another 2, which is 23, plus my D4, which is 2, 25. Did I do that right? 23 plus 25.
Sounds right, yeah.
25. Jason's eyes dart around the room as he's looking at what is very quickly become a very hostile situation. And what? Go for it.
And with that, Iap is going to slowly walk into the room, open up the journal again to the page of the metal construct, and say, now, where was this?
Jason looks at you in the eye. You see him race through his options, I think. From one man of logic to another, I think you recognize that look of like, what are my choices? None of them are good. Okay. He settles in. And he says, actually, I think if you hang around just a little bit longer, you might see it for yourself.
And, of course, since we're friends now, we'll keep secrets among ourselves, right?
Of course. That's our number 1 trade.
And he will extend a hand to shake.
Jason's going to very tentatively. Is there a threat loaded with that handshake? Is there a veiled threat or?
I mean, the blah 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 blah. Sorry, my brain shut down. The subtext is, if you tell that we're not from around here, we will kill you on sight.
Totally. Okay, I was making sure there wasn't like if you had like a spell loaded up or something that was like when the hand shakes that is like a physical threat or some sort of like attack.
Iap doesn't really operate that way. He more is intellectually intimidating.
Okay.
So if
I know that this is a threat, could I give like a help action by putting on brass knuckles?
You want to put on brass knuckles?
As a help action to kind of help this like I don't know, persuasion of like not telling our secret.
Sure, yeah. Roll your own.
Because I would say that like you guys have no idea what's going on, but you've picked up that shit's shady.
Yeah, I can tell that it's a threat.
I don't even think you need to really roll for that. I think you can tell that Jason's shaking up. As you put on the brass knuckles too, you just sort of realizes how poorly this is going for him. He's gonna shake your hand, and he's going to go over to one of his windows. It's well past sundown at this point, so it's nearly pitch dark outside. You can sort of see the wisps of fog against the night sky, but you can't see stars or anything overhead, even looking out the windows, because the sky is still covered by clouds. He's going to look outside, and as he does, you see he sort of turns back and goes, "Your sketch," and gestures out the window.
Says, "Well, everyone, if you'll excuse me, or if you'd care to join me."
I think Elbvis would come look at whatever is so interesting.
He'll leave his dragon brooch behind, which he'd like to sleight of hand. Under like, just keep it in the house. Keep an eye on Jason.
Keep an eye on this.
Lyanna's gonna follow everybody out the door, but like as she's doing so, like she's like strongly eyeballing Jason on the way out, like extreme eye contact. Like
he returns that eye contact, sort of narrows his eyes, maybe intrigued. Yeah, there's an intrigue as to what you are. Sort of raises an eyebrow, but then turns back to the window as you guys all gather around.
Yeah, I think Vess just sort of follows.
Give me a perception check.
All of us? Just stars.
Whoever's looking out the window, yeah.
I thought we left the building.
No. Just looking out Jason's window.
Oh.
Jason's windy. Perception.
19.
19?
Fuck yeah. 10.
7.
17? Sweet.
Not very wise.
Just mad. You're just making sure Jason doesn't do anything behind your back.
Irritated.
I was gonna say.
Fuck this guy.
You sort of turned your back on the one person you made like some deep threats to. I feel like Iop is smart enough to know that.
He's definitely like sideways. Yeah.
Right, he's not letting his guard down. It's like, I definitely said a lot of very threatening things.
Never have a back. No back to the doors. No back to entrances. Back against the wall.
Which unfortunately means that Iop does not catch what the others do. Right.
I rolled a 12 for perception.
Okay, so Lyanna and Vess, you two see Elbvis. I think you're also like Iop, sort of keeping an eye on Jason, who you've just made a lot of threats to, and then almost turned your back to. So I think you guys are both sort of like more watching him to make sure he doesn't try anything funny. He doesn't seem to be, though. I think that should be clear as well. He's just sort of standing there watching. But Vess and Lyanna, you see off in the distance, even against this fog, you see way out. You sort of feel a little bit of a rumble as you look. Just like the faintest rumble. But you put it together because you're watching the shape that's making the rumble. A massive silhouette off in the distance. It looks like this.
That's it? That's all they get to see?
That's it.
Fucking
this
Jason.
is probably miles away, moving
Can you tell
across.
us coming our way?
You think it's not necessarily headed your way, but it does. Like the head of it swivels in your direction, and you see these like red eyes stare towards the house. It's pretty much like the most distinct feature is that red eye that turns towards you, or red eyes rather, as this enormous machine, and from the rumble of it, you would imagine it's some sort of enormous metal construct of some kind moving across the landscape. But what it is and what it's doing, that is a lot less clear. It seems to sort of be like surveying the landscape around it. But you don't see that at all, and neither do you, Elbvis. But Vess and Lyanna, you do see this massive silhouette moving against
Vess
this
would
night.
like in detail tell Iop about it, because she would notice that he's like watching Jason, and she would tell him exactly what she saw.
Also, they would have seen the sketch that he would have pulled out for Jason.
I'll say this: it's far enough away that it's really difficult to say whether or not it's exactly that sketch. But I will say that there are similarities.
Lyanna just is going to say, well, it looks like we're going to have company.
Huh.
No rest for the wicked.
Jason hears you guys say this and goes, "Oh no, it just sort of roams like that. You guys,
What does it
fine.
do?
I don't know.
Is it on
Right.
patrol?
I guess.
Is it being run by somebody?
I don't know.
What does anybody know around here?
I could tell you anything you want to know about this town.
Do any of those constructs come into this town?
The loading constructs do, yes. Occasionally they'll send an inspection crew, but that doesn't happen very often.
While after Viserys had been saying that information, because Iop only has message currently with Addie, he would have said, "Atlas, move now."
Atlas is gonna move silently. Where are you wanting it?
And he's gonna try to give him some cover by, shifting his posture and moving in closer to Jason.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure that we're good, right?
Yeah.
Truly, the spells you've compiled are fascinating. Alter Self, Magic Missile. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Chef's plate, though, and he points to the food on the table. You can throw in a poison there occasionally, right?
Yes, I could, but I don't really need chef's plate for that.
No, you don't. Awkwardly laughs, like he's attempting to laugh, but it sounds weird in his voice.
Like robotic. Atlas is gonna try and cover for you by laughing a little bit more humanly, which is
No, I'm trying to provide. No, Atlas! I'm trying to provide Atlas cover so we can get out.
Atlas is good. I think he turns to start to laugh and realizes the look on your face, and Atlas is going to and, leave, slink out the door. So it's just the three of you and Jason now in this room.
4 of us, right?
4. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. You 3 and Jason. Right? 'Cause-
Who's?
There's 4
The
of
4
us.
of us, though.
Why am I crazy? Yeah, 4 of you. Yes. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I was like, who left? Who left?
I went home. I was
Lyanna
done.
would basically be like, well, I'm pretty sure whatever could be done here is done here, shall we? And she's gonna go out the door.
Yeah, I want to find an inn.
How did it go in there? What'd you find?
Who is he talking to?
To the 3 of you that went in.
It was an entirely different plane of existence, where it seemed that Vampire Boy kind of ruled.
Right.
There were some skeletons we had to fight. He was there. There was a dog. There was a cage. Yeah. Not much to
Lyanna's
tell.
just gonna be like, there was a lot of snow, there was a tower, that was about it. And then she leaves the building.
Oh, there was a copy of your house.
I figured as much. He looks to the window that the birds flew out and sort of chuckles under his breath. You didn't kill him, did you? Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not
Not a what?
killing's not really my first option.
He looks at you in your mercenary gear and then looks back at you and goes, well, now that's a surprise.
While he's saying
They pay more
that-
for alive.
Do they? For mercenaries? Interesting.
Nope, the threat's not gonna work. So while he's doing that, I have something called alchemist trinkets, and one of them, I create something and I have to use it soon, otherwise it becomes violently reactive.
Okay.
And as you see this, Iap is pulling out what looks to be like a paint canister that would be a real shame if it went off on the painting itself. Now, maybe nothing would happen. He's making, broad assumptions here. But if it were to be covered in a completely different paint, I'm not sure if that would alter the magic on the screen as well, but they don't know.
He sees that paint canister comes out. He looks at it. He goes, is that a threat for me or for the painting? I'm beginning to lose track of exactly how many threats are going back and forth here.
He's like, do you have the evidence you wanted?
Of what? I told you these were experiments. I didn't need evidence.
Do you have conclusive results then?
Conclusive, no, but interesting, yes.
Do you want to keep this portal open to explore?
Preferably, yeah.
Great.
But I do have other things I'm interested in.
Well, I'd say we can stop the questions for now.
Maybe we can, Iop. Maybe we can. You guys have fun? The inn is that way. He gestures. It's called the Thirsty Sheep. You guys have fun. Don't forget to tell him where you're from.
Yes.
In Sangreal, obviously.
Yes. Chin up, lad. It would be a shame if something were to happen.
I'm not worried about me. I'm sure you guys will fit in just fine. Ta-ta. See you.
And obviously, y'all would have tracked the fucking voice change. So I think Iap will gently, gesture, Veseri, offer his arm to Viserys, offer it to, Elbvis, and escort them out of the house, because they're done for now.
What mercenary company did you say that was?
Nope. I thaumaturgy the door shut behind me.
It slams loudly against the night, and you guys are standing out in the cool, dark, white night air. Lyanna, I think you've been out here for a moment, so you've been able to sort of breathe in that very calming night, refreshing air. The rest of you join, and it feels like for a moment you're able to breathe, as opposed to that very tense and very warm environment inside Jason's house. But you do see that there is an inn in the direction that he's gestured. I'll toss that map up and show you guys where it is that you guys can head towards.
Is everyone all right?
Elbvis isn't gonna say anything because Elbvis is just kind of disappointed in herself for losing track of the character, I guess. And it's just gonna just under her breath, fuck.
Lyanna's just gonna growl, I need a drink, and trudge off towards the inn.
I think Vess would just be like, even if we're not now, we will be.
This is that inn that you're looking for, called Thirsty Sheep. Oh, okay. Let me make sure there's nothing super interesting about this inn before I let you guys into it.
Well, we survived the worst.
I'm glad to see everyone in one piece.
Same to you. Smart idea staying back out there. Didn't want him breaking the painting or something.
I apologize for not following. But
No.
may I make up for paying for your drinks?
Sounds like a plan. But truly, I don't hold it against you. It was the best chance that we had of getting out of there.
Yeah, I think Vess would put her hand on his shoulder and be like, you were watching out for us from the outside, and that's more than any of us could ask for.
He looks at the hand, looks at her, sees this very kind gesture, and goes, I was doing it for the good of the mission.
And we appreciate that.
I don't think your motives matter as much as your actions. So.
As you say this, you guys open the door to the Thirsty Sheep,
Broken brain.
which is not an amazing inn or tavern. Definitely, you guys have been in better. I think all of you have been in a better inn or tavern, but it's not terrible. There's nobody in here at this point. It looks like it's relatively closed, at least as far as like the tavern portion. You see a big guy sort of like cleaning off the counter, looks up and sees you and goes, what can I do for you?
Lyanna's gonna just like kind of like saunter up to the bar. She's gonna slam like a handful of gold down and be like, I need your strongest mead and your cleanest room.
Right?
Yeah, 4 beds.
4 beds. Right then.
Lyanna's gonna kind of like cock an eyebrow and go, or 4 rooms.
I just think it might be best for sneak attacks if we're all in the same room.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't say that out loud. I do the message that I have. I have message.
Jesus Christ.
I message.
Sweet. So, you message that to who?
Lyanna.
I would say, yeah, it's us who have the message fund. So Lyanna's gonna be like, I take it back. I feel like cuddling. 4 beds, 1 room, cleanest possible, strong mead.
Right. Okay. Right. Let me see what I can do for you. He pulls out a dragon's breath ale is what it's called. Just sort of has like that like printed on face of like a dragon sort of breathing. He's like, that's as strong as they get, I'm afraid. Pulls out a couple of bottles of that, and he's like, I don't know how much you want. You look like you've seen something, so I figure have it. You've got more than enough gold for it. Rooms are upstairs. Do you want me to lead you, or do you just want the key?
Lyanna's gonna scoop up like the 6er basically in her hand. She's gonna take one of the bottles, open it with her teeth, and like chug it down. And you can see like some of it coming down her mouth. Like she's thirsty, she's tired, she's had a fucking long day. She's gonna start towards the stairs and be like, we'll find it ourselves, thank you. And then she's gonna turn back one more time and go, will there be breakfast in the morning?
There'll be breakfast in the morning. If there's this much gold, then yes, there will be.
Don't worry, there's plenty of gold. And she just goes back up the stairs.
Sort of like watches as you go up the stairs. Does everyone follow?
I do follow, but before I leave, I just drop down like 10 gold to him and just be like, and keep it on the down low.
Right. Keep on down low. Takes the gold. You have a good night, then.
Yeah, walks upstairs and goes to bed.
Yeah, you guys walk upstairs. You got the room key to room number 4. Oh, Iap, did you want to do something?
And he would not go to bed. He's gonna calm this bartender down, because the bartender is fucking suspicious as fuck. So he's gonna calm him down and buddy chum him up.
Wait, so the rest of you go upstairs. There's room number 4. You open it up. It's a big room that looks like there's like 4 beds sort of like in the corners of the room with a couple of chests for stuff. But Iap, you're sitting here with this bartender who's sort of cleaning off the counter, and he looks at you and goes, yeah, something else I can help you with?
Oh no, these constructs, I mean, they think they would, and he's mimicking the speech of the 2 drivers from the sheep wagon. You think they would, update them or something. My God. The clanging, it wakes us. Does it wake you up?
Sometimes, I mean, I don't go to sleep until late, but you get some of those late shipments in, and yeah, that clanking is just awful.
I mean, like, I don't
Wait
want
the
to.
dead.
And I don't want to like file a report or something, because like they're just doing their job and whatever. But it really is starting to get to us. Sleep deprivation. My comrades struggle.
Oh, I feel weird. I've not seen you down here before. It's your first time in the Thirsty Sheep.
It is indeed. Your name is?
Declan. Declan Powers.
Declan, what a pleasure. Iap, pleasure to meet you.
Great to meet you.
And sends his normal hand with the gloved hand. His hands are gloved, and shakes this normal hand.
Yeah, and you get like this big sort of meaty handshake from Declan. Looks over at your other arm, but doesn't. It's not sure if that's a conversation topic that's safe, so doesn't say anything.
He'll go, oh, sorry, I try to keep it hidden from gestures to upstairs. The ladies, they get upset by, graphic things such as this.
Ah, I see. Well, if you don't mind my asking, what happened?
Would you believe? A bear trap.
Bear trap?
Mm.
Well, that's a first.
Mm.
How'd you fall into that? Hey, listen, you know what? I've got no room to judge. I've definitely done my fair share of stupid things, but falling into a bear trap's got to be one that hurts the most.
Yeah, I'm not the most dexterous, some may say.
Ah, well, a lesson best learned the hard way, I guess.
But tell me about you, my dear friend. Also, have you... I don't know about your town, but, like, our town, there's been rumors of plague.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, the plague. Yeah. Yeah, what town did you say you were from?
I'm from...
Wait, he told you a town. Jason did. Jason told you a town.
I know. Where is it? What was the town, guys? He went.
It was
up
a weird
north
name.
to the city. Went north to the city.
What was it?
I would like to make this a roll to recall this shit.
It was a weird name.
Sure. Yeah,
It was a weird name.
I guess give me a history.
History check. Was it Brynfall?
It was not. That's a different.
Okay. Okay, hold on. No. Then I'm gonna do a legends roll, history check, because he did tell me it, and I should have written it down!
You were worried about other things with Jason. I think that's fair to say with IOP as well. Jason was definitely
I need this!
He's giving you different vibes than, with the
It's,
city name.
we're from the major city. We're from the major city is where we're from. Come on. I'm going to... Hold on. I think I have something. I have something for this.
You have something for this.
When my deception check fail. Oh wait, no, I'm rolling a history. Wait.
You are.
I'm rolling a history. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna use one of my abilities where I get to add a D4 to an ability check because I'm terrified.
Okay.
I can't fuck this up. I need to get this right. Where's my D4? Okay, that went from a 12 to a 16.
With a 16, let me check something on my end as well. So give me just a moment.
Because he could have lied. Why didn't we have a map? Would this man have given us a map? The Duke?
We probably should have asked
There
you.
isn't
wouldn't have a map.
There isn't a map of.
Because I don't know. Because
Figure it all looks like.
Jesus Christ.
I bet the plague isn't real and they all know it. God damn it.
I know. I was gonna say, the plague's not real, is it? I don't know. It could be the common cold.
Yeah,
They don't know what plague I'm talking about.
could be any plague.
Now,
Any plague at all.
I will add more. I will use my inspiration to add more.
It's the same day.
give me a luck. Well, I'm gonna give a luck check. I'm gonna do something on my end.
I
What?
would like to use
Great.
my...
So in your advantage was the luck check. The name of the town was Bludskestadt. That's the name.
Bludskestadt.
Bludskestadt is the name of the big city that he was telling you about.
He gestures to, upstairs himself and goes, Bludskestadt, city folk.
Oh, you're from Bludskestadt.
Indeed.
What are you doing out here?
To be honest, we just needed to get away. The city can be quite a lot sometimes. And it's idyllic in a way. Looks out to the mist rolling. Peaceful. Also, we heard there were rumors.
It's always rumors.
Have you heard? Apparently, there's a painting here.
Oh, you're talking about Jason's painting?
Is that what it is?
He never shuts up about that thing.
What is it?
I don't know. I mean, as far as you ask him, it's some sort of magic trap. It's trapped a cat. It's trapped an old lady.
A magic trap?
That's what they say. I mean, I don't know. You can't take Jason too seriously, but that's what he says.
So it's just here. It's not even real then. It's just hearsay.
That's what I've heard. But
well.
I haven't seen the old lady around, so maybe there's something to it.
Well, Declan, you never know. Right?
Too true. Too true. You never do.
So you here by yourself? You got family around?
I do, as a matter of fact. Oh, did you want to hear about them?
Yeah, sorry. I've got 2 young boys myself, so.
Oh,
It's
have
always
you?
nice. No, always nice to chat with a fellow dad. Mm-hmm.
I've not got any children myself, but I've got a husband. So we
How long
run
you-
the. It's something long. It's well, I suppose we're coming up on 4 years here soon.
Ah! And he's going to say, "Can I get you a drink and congratulations?"
Ah, yeah, of course, yeah. No, drink with me, will you?
Relationships are hard. They're difficult.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yes, indeed.
He's gonna pull out a bottle of something and mix it with something else, and he puts 2 glasses of this on the table. It slides one towards you, and he goes, "Fairy fizz, is that all right with you?"
Oh gods, I'm quite old. It's been a while since I've drunk. He says in his late 30s.
Right, clearly younger than Declan.
And as he's going to cheers him, he's going to message Atlas and say, "Is it him?"
Atlas is going to message back and say, They've done something. They've done something. But it's him. And that's the end of the message. Declan sort of like staring back at you with this drink. Sees that. Do you sort of like veil that happening across your face, or?
I have to. I have to.
Roll me deception on that, and I'll roll insight from Declan here.
Hopefully he's emotionally void enough. But he can't. Oh, god damn it. Okay, now this is where this comes in. So, if I have a deception check that fails, I immediately roll intimidation instead. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. But it's higher. It's 20. So, I don't know.
He sort of frowns as you react a little bit, and he's like, "Is everything all right?"
Cheers, mate! And his intimidation is gonna be just a very hearty, like, slamming of glasses together, and goes, "Sorry, I had a flashback to my ex-wife. We're separated. She's got the kids now, and it's anyway. Drinks."
So as you drink, give me something to feel that intimidation, because to me that sounds like you guys are just having a great time.
It would definitely be, he'll take the drink, slam it down, and go, "Gods!" Like, as if he's wasted. That fucking bitch left me! I did so much for her!
Declan sort of backs off. He doesn't drink his drink. He sort of sets it off to the side and goes, Hey, it's all right. It's all right. Hey, listen, that's the way it goes, isn't it?
How did you do it?
How did I do what?
How did you do it? God. I loved her.
Hey, I'm sure you did. I'm so
happy for you, man, but like, fuck.
Hey, listen, it happens, doesn't it? It's just the way life goes. They don't all turn out to your favor. They're just cards, mate. It's not you can do about it.
You got the right card.
I got a lot of the wrong cards too. Hey, listen, I've had my heart broken I don't know how many times. Sure, it's worked out. I'm happy. That doesn't mean I've spent nights crying myself to sleep. I have. You'll be alright, won't you? You got 2 kids who need you to be alright, don't they?
I do, and I'm sorry. The divorce just really kicked me in the ass.
Is that why you left the city?
I couldn't take it. I couldn't keep seeing her, you know what I mean?
I do.
But, and he's going to say, I'm sorry, that was incredibly unprofessional. Here, please, you're not a therapist, you're a bartender. And he's going to start pushing over, Silva, is that?
Sure. Yeah, he takes the silver, pockets it, and he looks at you and goes, therapist, bartender, they sort of go together, don't they? Listen, I think you need to go to sleep.
I do, but, it's truly been a pleasure. And I hope, is your partner around tomorrow? I'd love to wish them well tidings as well.
Appreciate that. Maybe they will be. Who's to say?
And he knows he's freaked him out, but completely. But at least, he doesn't think it's in the different way, which is doesn't trust him.
Right. So he takes your cup though and starts cleaning it out. Do you head up to the room?
He'll go, if you don't mind. I just need a quick brush of fresh air before I head up. And then he'll head out real quick and message Addie and goes, what do you mean changed? Changed in what way?
I need to ask you a very important question.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yes.
When you sent Addie to get close, to figure this out, how close did you want him to get?
I just wanted to make sure he could identify it was him. Not to,
Okay.
go talk with him, but,
Great.
yeah.
So he's hidden somewhere in a close vicinity-ish to this.
Yeah. He's scarecrowing it out.
Sweet. You hear
still.
You hear a message back from Atlas. He goes, they've his eyes aren't the same. He's not. He's Atlas, but he's not. He's not. It's not. I'm Atlas. He's not.
It's okay. It's all right. Atlas, why don't you just take it easy? Yes? Come back.
I don't know what they've done. I don't know how.
It's okay. It's all right. Hello. Hey, kiddo. You're all right. Just come on home.
What are they doing here? What is this place?
We'll figure it out together. All right? Can you come back for me? Do you want me to come get you? Here, I'll come pick you up.
No. That's quite all right. It's quite the ways. I'll come back to you. Don't.
Hey, I'll start walking. I'll come pick you up.
No, sir. They'll find you.
Who are they?
His eyes, sir. I believe. It looks like blood magic, sir. I think it's. So I imagine if a living thing is around here, then it will be detected rather quickly. I'll come back to you, sir.
I'm very proud of you, Atlas. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Message ends as you sort of stand out here in the fog. I think after hearing it described to you, you can see off. It's miles from here. This silhouetted shape moving, those blood red eyes sort of flicking around, and for a moment it looks as if those blood red eyes make eye contact with you. You know that that's not possible from this distance, but it feels like it. What do you do?
How far? 120? Is it within 120?
No, miles away.
Miles away? I think he'll thaumaturgy. Just the gentlest rolling of thunder.
You hear like a soft, dull boom as thunder sort of rolls. You see this thing's head sort of tilt up, then tilts back down to the ground and continues its survey, or whatever it's looking for.
Don't worry, Prometheus. You'll be home soon enough. And that will be the end of my turn.
And that will be where we end it for tonight. As you head up to the room, you see that the other three have already passed out, I imagine. Or is anybody staying up late?
Lyanna is like
Having
already
fun?
passed out in her bed like this. All of them, like the empty bottles next to her, like she drank herself right to sleep. She's ready to fucking be done.
Yeah. Roll me a Constitution save. We're gonna see how bad that hangover is tomorrow.
I think Vess
She
probably
got sucked
waited.
into the painting, had to paint her way out of it. The fucking man exploded into colorful fucking birds. That is a 19 plus 2, 21.
You handled that alcohol remarkably. Remarkably.
That's
Vess.
a canon event.
It is.
An event.
It really is. I think Vess probably waited to like actually go to sleep until Iap came up, but she wouldn't have said anything when he came in. She would have just made sure he got in the room okay, and then went to sleep.
Would he have seen her waiting up, or was she like pretending to?
Nah, she wouldn't have been pretending to sleep. She would have just sort of been there, making sure he got in the room okay.
Is Elbvis up still?
Yeah, Elbvis would have done the same. Just kind of like making sure that the party's still alive, and just sharpening the sword, like waiting.
Leanna's trying to sleep and you hear,
She's drunk off her ass. She'll
the
sleep
entire
through
inn is just
Totally
like,
sleep through it.
you're like on the wall.
I think,
You're
yeah,
like,
Vess would have just been like
Can you stop?
sitting in the bed, just like watching the door, waiting for him to come in.
I think he'll gently open the door, thinking that people are asleep. See that two of them are sitting up, staring at the door, and he'll go, "Sorry, ladies. Was hoping to sneak in while you slept."
Wanted to make sure you're alright.
Oh, I'm fine. I didn't have a tussle, it seems. Looking at both of you. And Lyanna, pass the fuck out.
Yeah, we had our
Is that
fun
like
today.
a huge snore?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our fun today. No prince in the painting, in case you're wondering.
At this point, he'll come sit down. Is there a chair? Or at the end of one of the open beds?
I'd say there's a chair in there, sure, yeah.
Yeah, he'll sit down, lean forward, and says, "From now on, anyone asks, we're from the city of Briskestadt."
You got it.
And, honestly, I don't think we should stay here long.
Alright. We leave in the morning.
Jason mentioned that they last saw... Did he tell you guys this before?
No, he told you.
All the
while we were in
conversations
the
you
painting.
had were after we were gone.
He fills them in on what Jason told him about how he saw, not necessarily a prince, he didn't define prince, but he said a political, like, envoy of sorts, right, Christian? Yeah, political envoy of sorts head towards the city. And he says, now, of which political envoy? I don't know. But it's a lead for something, because it's an outside source.
Yeah. Best lead we have, at least. Well, heading home, I guess.
Just be careful.
It's come to you. We watch each other's backs. And we get home safe.
He
And
just
with
shakes his head. Yeah.
I was gonna say, with that, I think somebody bangs on the door or the wall again, between the sword sharpening and the very intense conversation happening at like what is essentially 2 a.m. So the person that's in the room next to you is like, do. They don't say anything. They just hit the wall. They hope that'll be enough.
You
breathe
hear a
in
low
like you
growl
were-
come from Lyanna while she's sleeping. Like, if that man knocks on this wall again, he's gonna regret it.
Okay, alright, well, good
I
night.
think
baby.
Vess would like whisper ask Iap if Addie was okay, because he's obviously not here. That's all she'd ask was if he was okay, but...
This is the second fucking question that has broken his brain! The first one was, thanks for looking out for us, and now it's, where's your buddy? So he's noticing that she's tuned into him, and he doesn't respond, he just looks at you and almost mechanically like a robot malfunctioning nods.
I think
and then
you don't have to tell me. It's okay.
Good. Goes to bed. Feelings.
Well, good night.
I love you so much.
This feels very
Elbvis looks at
sleepover.
Veseri and is just like, well, good night. We'll see you in the morning, I guess. Plain touch, bros.
It's gross.
It's giving me very much sleepover vibes. It's just like everybody keeps saying they're about to go to sleep and then doesn't. They're like, still talking. They're like, well, time to go to, but actually, what was going on?
And then it's like, wait, but Veseri, do you guys want to do like 10 minutes in 7 minutes in heaven?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that is where we will end it for tonight as you guys sort of start to fall off to maybe an uneasy sleep here. In this weird inn, and who trusts you, who doesn't, who you trust, who you don't.
No one trusts us.
Never.
Impossible to say.
Trusts us. It's okay.
I don't trust them either.
You guys are now the natives of Bludgkestadt, the most
we're heading home.
most well-known city in Sangreal, and that is where we'll pick up next time. Underneath the overcast skies and the fog ground.
And the flogging!
Flogging happening also somewhere. Very important. To
Oh,
keep track of
God.
that. But no, memorable things that happened in this episode. Perhaps not. Maybe none of it means anything. Maybe
No,
some
we're
of it
fucked.
means
I know I fucked
everything.
us over.
Who's to say?